Krogan keeping it himself across the line and into the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons. That's a tight end wide open up the middle. There's the catch and the touchdown.
Is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crawcan. To learn more about Crawcan's no-nonsense pricing and multi-gig internet, check them out online at ckt.net. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Independence, Kansas, Independence High School for tonight's SEK League doubleheader between the Pittsburg Purple Dragons and the Independence Bulldogs. I'm Josh Lettner, alongside me, Michael Kissel. And these two teams met earlier this year in Pittsburgh, and neither one of those games was a blowout. The Dragons lost both the boys and the girls matchup on their home floor, but I think that they're both games that both of those teams would like to have another shot at, and they got it here tonight on the road in Independence. It's going to be a pretty loud atmosphere. The Independence girls, they have some special uniforms for breast cancer awareness tonight. They're going to do a little presentation about that, I believe, before the girls' game. And then we'll be underway. It's going to be a loud atmosphere. We're about 2 doors down from the Independence Pep Band, which is better than I was last time I was here. We were sitting in the Pep Band. So tonight, hopefully, a little less raucous, but it will be loud inside this gym. And we expect a pretty good home crowd because both Independence teams are playing pretty well this year. We'll get into that as we move into the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We'll take a quick break and be back with the pregame show. The Dragons and the Bulldogs coming up on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the 4-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at bigironauctions.com.
At At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburg.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
Welcome back to Independence High School, Independence, Kansas, getting set for tonight's SEK League doubleheader between the Pittsburg Purple Dragons and the Independence Bulldogs. This is the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, your neighbors, your partners, and your biggest supporters. From personal and business banking to mortgages, credit cards, and investments, C&B has the tools you need with the services you deserve. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, where community comes first. All right, this is a super abbreviated pregame show. I guess we could talk keys to the game here real quick for the Dragons. Take care of the basketball, I would think. It's the cause more turnovers than you commit, that sort of thing. It's week in and week out for this team, and I think it's really important for them to make shots tonight early against this Independence team, which is going to come in here with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, you're facing a 13-win team, a team that got the best of you on your home court earlier out this season. The best thing you could do is repay the favor, get out there early, put the ball in your scorer's hands. When Mackenzie English gets going early, this team does a lot better offensively. So you'd like to see her get going early on. And defensively, like you said, if you can create those turnovers at the pace you do on a normal basis, you're always putting yourself in a good position to win. And offensively, value your possessions. We saw it happen in that boys game last Friday. If you don't value your possessions, it'll bite you.
Yeah, we see the Dragon girls this year. They like a challenge, and we saw it against Blue Valley Southwest. The team rolled in with a great record. The Dragons spoiled their party, went on the road to Ottawa last Saturday and beat a team with only 2 losses on the year in Ottawa. And now here at Independence taking on the 13-2 Bulldogs. They are undefeated in SEK League play, so the Dragons trying to hand them their first loss on their SEK League schedule. And we'll see if they can pull that off tonight. Your keys to the game brought to you by Vietti Auto Body and Alignment on the corner of 4th and Joplin in Pittsburgh since 1948. With John Holland and Bill Hunt now in the Vietti Alignment Shop. If it can be aligned, they'll align it. From golf carts and side-by-sides all the way up to F550s and small buses, they'll get it done. Schedule your appointment by calling Vietti Auto Body and Alignment, 620-231-6230. All right, let's talk starting lineups as we're about 2.5 minutes away from tip-off. I feel like you ever see the old commercials for micro machines? No, I'm too old. That guy used to talk 90 miles a minute. That's what I feel like right now. So for the Purple Dragons, your usual starting 5, Odessa Reed, Anna Jorge, Sophia Hertrick, Angie Miller, and Mackenzie English will start the game for the Dragons. And we'll see probably about 4 or 5 other players coming off the bench. We'll call them out as they come in. For Independence, they're going to start number 00, Brooklyn Maddox. Number 10, Madeline Bashir. Number 11, Sarah Veely. Number 14, I'm glad you're pointing these out for me, Brooklyn Bales. And number 23, Caitlin Spencer. So I'm gonna have to don't make that disappear. I gotta write those in. So we're about 1.5 minutes away from tip-off, and I think we've got your starting lineup. Your keys to the game. Laid it out. Dragon girls come into today's game 10-6, 5-2 in league play. They're coming off a 44-29 win against Coffeyville at home on last Friday night. Oh gosh. And they're in action Friday night against Parsons. Independence, 13-2, undefeated in league play, like we said. They're coming off a 39-22 win against Lebec County here on Friday night. Last time these two teams met, the Dragons fell by 4, 49-45 in Pittsburgh, and you know that that's a game that they feel like they could have won if a few things had gone their way, and hopefully those things go their way here tonight. Dragon boys and the Indy boys will follow up in the nightcap tonight. Dragons 6-9, 3-3 in league play. Independence 9-5, 5-2 in league play. Dragons coming off a 1-point overtime loss to Coffeyville Friday night, and Independence coming off of a 59-43 win here versus Lebec County. Getting set for the introduction of the starting lineups. We'll hand it over to the public address announcer.
Next up for Independence, number 14, Kaylee Lima. And for Pittsburg, a sophomore, number 21, Angie Miller. Next up for the Lady Bulldogs, number 00, senior Brooklyn Maddox. And lastly for the Pittsburg Lady Dragons, a sophomore, number 30, Mackenzie English. And lastly for your Lady Bulldogs, a senior, number 23, Caitlin Spencer.
All right, we mentioned earlier that Independence wearing some special breast cancer awareness uniforms, which means that their numbers do not match up with what is on the paper rosters that we were handed. So please bear with us throughout the course of this broadcast. We'll do our best to get the names and numbers synced up to the best of our ability. We've got the starting five, but as they come off the bench, things are going to get interesting.
Yeah, we were talking with the SID earlier. They only run about a 6-man rotation anyways. So
well, that's good news for me.
With a record that good, it's really surprising that a team only runs a rotation of 6 or 7 people, mostly 6. So if you're Pittsburgh, if you can play that aggressive brand of basketball you play from time to time, you can knock a couple of those players out. Independence can be in real trouble.
Yeah, you want to keep this game a track meet if you're the Dragons, that's for sure. And we'll see how well they do at that.
And we did that in Ottawa very well. We got a couple of their big men out, so they lost some presence in the interior. And if they can do the same tonight, they could very well dictate the script.
English jumping it against Spencer. Dragons control the tip. Angie Miller with it, and we're underway. Miller dribbles to her right, looking for her trick. Now she picks up her dribble in the middle of the lane to Reed, has it poked away. And Miller tracks it down. They're going to say it was tipped by a defender, so no backcourt. Dragons will keep it. Miller now driving to her left. Kicks out to Jorge. Into the corner. Jorge drug the pivot foot and walked with it, so Dragons get their first turnover right off the bat on their first possession.
You can see the Dragons resorting to a dribble drive offense again, trying to bump that defender and help for the person that they're rotating towards and try to get them a lane downhill and create an easy opportunity at the basket.
Getting into the corner and turned over. Odessa Reed comes away with it for Pittsburgh. Now the Dragons get to get another shot at it. Both teams starting out with a turnover. English with it up top. She throws it away. And Brooklyn Maddox comes away with it. Into the corner to Brashear. Her shot no good, but rebound tipped around. English finally comes away with it for the Dragons.
And not the tidiest of basketball being played thus far.
No, but it wasn't a super clean game the first time these two teams played, and they're going to whistle a foul for hand checking against Caitlin Spencer. That'll be her first. I thought briefly, because English was kind of giving it as good as she got it there, that they might have called a push on McKenzie. Thankfully, goes against the Bulldogs. Dragons keep it, trailing by 2 here early. And we apologize for the lack of a scoreboard. There's a bunch of stuff in the way of both of the scoreboards. I'll try and give you time and score. Independence currently leading at 2-0. 6:23 to play first quarter. Farley with it. Kicks it over back up top to Maddox. Into the corner. Mishandled but tracked down by Farley. Now down on the baseline to Brooklyn Bales. Back out to Maddox. She'll pull the trigger on a 3. Off the iron. But the rebound tracked down by the Bulldogs. And the Dragons getting beat onto the boards right now. And they're going to say it was last touch by the Dragons. It will stay with Independence. And Pittsburgh's got to keep the Bulldogs off the boards just a little bit better than they've done this last possession. Jorge to inbound from the baseline. I thought they said it was white ball, but they said it was off-white, I suppose. Must be. Dragons have it. Hertrick with it on the far side. She's going to put it on the floor, kicks it back out. And this is a pretty aggressive man-to-man defense that Independence is playing. Well, it looked like man, and then they switched off. What do you think?
Yeah, they're doing some kind of man, maybe a switch, maybe a aggressive zone.
Yeah, I don't know.
They really pressure the ball handlers, and they have really good off-ball pressure. So it's almost
if it is a zone, they're very aggressive with it.
That's very surprising.
English into the lane, kicks into the corner to Hertrick. She'll pull the trigger on a three, too strong, missed everything. Miller there with the rebound. Her putback, no good. And Maddox comes away with it for Independence. I think she felt Miller coming up from behind. Her pass, though, picked off by Reed. And the Dragons get it back, trailing by 2, 5:15 to play first quarter. English with it, working against Maddox. Behind the back dribble, into the lane, kicks out to Miller. Fake the three-point shot, drives down the lane, off the glass, no good. And that's the second layup that Miller's missed, and the second pass in a row that Odessa Reed has picked off. English with it, forcing it down low to Reed, and she's fouled from behind. I don't see who they got that one on. Oh, looks like it's on Brooklyn Bales. That's her first.
Yeah, they are running that aggressive man. It's just the way we're set offensively. It looks like a 2-3 zone, but it's just so aggressive. It's surprising to have more fouls.
Stolen away by Independence. Outlet pass ahead to Farley, and she's up and good with it. And it's 4-0 Independence as the Dragons. I'm sorry, 4-2 Independence as the Dragons. No, it should be 4-0 Independence. Scoreboard's wrong.
No, Hertrick had a back cut. Mackenzie English was down the post, and Hertrick had a beautifully timed back cut.
All right, so it's 4-2. I can hardly see the scoreboard anyway. They've shorted Independence a bucket, I do believe, because they were up 2-0, and that was their second bucket. I'm not going to make a lot of noise about it, but it should be 4-2 Independence right now instead of 2-2. Shh, nobody say anything. English, top of the key, driving, loses her dribble, gets it back. Now she's in trouble. Kicks out to Miller into the lane, kicks into the corner to Hertrick. She'll pull the trigger on a three. Off the back iron, rebound English. Nifty pass to find a cutting Jorge. Her layup no good. And Odessa Reed's layup no good. And the Dragons can't make a shot within a foot of the bucket right now. And that's a problem. And they're going to whistle a foul against Jorge.
Yeah, Pittsburgh creating much better opportunities offensively than Independence so far.
Just got to cash it in.
Just unable to execute.
This is Farley pushing the pace down the floor, and she's fouled in the lane. Nobody cut her off. Darn near went coast to coast with it before anybody touched her.
That's one of the few problems you have defensively is ever cutting a ball handler off in transition. That always leads to a bad outcome for Pittsburgh.
Unfortunately, that foul's called on Reed. Jorge needs to be careful not to pick up her second. They'll get it back out to Farley and reset. Now this is stolen away. Here comes Hertrick. And a foul going to be called. I was wondering if that was going to happen. And Sophia's going to head to the line to shoot two. They whistled that one on Madeline Bashir.
Second personal foul on Indy's Madeline Bashir. Shooting two for Pittsburgh will be Sophia Hertrick.
Hertrick hits the first.
And what was so impressive about that turnover is the rotations defensively to create that steal. Odessa Reed, you saw her slide down and double team the driver on the baseline. And then Sophia Hertrick rotated from her elbow to the close elbow and intercepted that pass and just had a breakaway transition bucket.
She hits them both. Now the Dragons applying some full court pressure. Independence able to break it. This is Farley passing ahead to Bales. Her shot rattles around and in. I swear they're still shorting Independence a bucket on the scoreboard. And the shot no good by Gober, who just checked into the game for the Dragons. And a bucket on the other end for Independence. I didn't see who got it because I was so busy digging around on my scorebook. And there's a timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here.
And yeah, you can see that timeout is very prompt because all six of their points were out of transition. Pittsburgh just failing to get back and create transition defense.
Did you see who had that bucket?
No, it's hard to see the number from up here.
Yeah.
We are very elevated. And this, what do you call this, scaffolding?
Some might call it the nosebleed section.
Be accurate.
Hertrick gets it into Gober.
Desiree kind of getting lucky there. The ball rolling in her favor, so we get a baseline out of bounds play on a dangerous full court pass.
They'll get it into English, top of the key. Working against Maddox, kicks it out to Hertrick. Now Gober, she'll take a long three, misses everything, and it will be Independence ball.
Coach Ged not too happy about that possession because that's not the shot you want to settle for when you have that much time left in the clock. You don't need to settle for a contested three-pointer when you have a chance to swing it around and create an opportunity to dribble drive and create penetration at the basket.
Well, Dragons have had a hard time getting anything to fall here early, whether it's under the bucket or out at the perimeter. But they have played good defense. English trying to outlet it ahead to Hertrick. And that's the football equivalent of throwing into good coverage. And it's tipped away. It'll end up back with Independence. So going to have another defensive stop here if you're the Dragons. Working it around the perimeter. This is Haley Maddox down in the lane. Tipped around. Gober's going to track down the rebound and then goes off the side of her leg out of bounds.
Yeah, it's the turnover battle that was dictated last game. These two teams played against each other, but you could see Pittsburgh on the losing end of that battle early on pretty widely.
Is Yana Hutchinson with it? Or checks into the game and immediately, that was just too easy of an inbound pass right down into the post. It's like the Dragons weren't really ready for the inbound play. Hutchinson with it now across half court. Into the corner to Hertrick, back up top to Gober. She steps into another three-point shot and drills this one.
Those are the three-point shots you want wide open. You're able to step through it confidently and create a good opportunity to score.
And then you don't want to commit a foul on the wrong end of the floor, which the Dragons do. And that one's going to be whistled against Gober. That's her first.
What Pittsburgh has over Independence is that bench depth. So you can have those players committing those one or two fouls on that pressure defense.
30-second timeout. Dragons trailing it 8-7 with 1:33 to play first quarter. I got to remember you don't have a scoreboard. I got to keep giving time and score, time and score, time and score. In fact, I'm going to write it right here. And time and score.
The scoreboard just wasn't feasible. We tried all angles.
Yeah,
it
there's
just wasn't happening.
A lot of junk in the way.
A lot of basketball goals,
not the best
nets.
setup, I would say. I give it a 4 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. The gym's very nice.
It is.
Just
just not
for us.
At all accommodating for video media.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Well, you did get to set up on a flat spot, so that's good.
Yeah, it's pretty nice up here.
That's why it's a 4. Independence with the ball coming out of the timeout. Get it down to Bales. She'll kick it back out. Maddox with it. Back to Bales in the lane. Turnaround jumper in the lane. No good. Maddox gets the rebound. And it's blocked out of bounds. Last touch by Jorge. But it'll stay with Independence.
And what Jorge does so well down there defensively is not committing the foul while committing a great contest. You notice she goes straight up, embraces the body contact, and does not bend those arms down for an easy 2 shots.
And then deflected the inbound pass. English comes away with it for the Dragons. McKenzie will handle it up the floor. Pittsburgh trailing by 1. A minute to play first quarter. English stepping through off the glass and good. First bucket of the night for Mackenzie English. And the Dragons take a 1-point lead. Maddox gets it all real close to a backcourt there. Maddox working against Gober. She'll kick it over and they'll send it around the horn, and a foul on the outside on Hertrick. And that's one of those, you got to move your feet. I think Hertrick got caught a little bit leaning one way and the play went the other. And right into the lane goes Bales. And she's shot every shot from the exact same spot, so you might want to keep her from getting to that spot. Hertrick now to Gober. She'll back it out. Now Jorge with it, cutting across the lane, and she can be whistled for another travel. It's her second of the game.
It's just that jump stop she struggles so much with. She's like more of like a baby skip than a hop.
If you're going to jump stop, you got to stop. You can't jump stop and then skip. Maddox handling off a screen, working down the lane. Shot blocked by English, but right there to get the rebound was Hartley. Or Bales, excuse me. And there's the end of the first quarter. After one, the Dragons hanging on to a 1-point lead. They lead at 10-9. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
After one quarter of play, the Dragons lead at 10-9. Here in Independence, it will be Bulldog Bowl to start the second quarter.
And a very low-scoring 8-9 first quarter from two very good offenses.
10-9, come on
10
now.
10-9, I'm sorry.
We got into double digits.
Looking through two volleyball nets here. A little infringement between me and the
a
scoreboard.
steel pipe and something else, yeah.
But a one-score game nonetheless. Two great defenses being played. Just offenses both sides of the ball not really executing.
Maddox with it in the corner being hassled by Jorge. Now she's driving baseline, dribble out of bounds. It took a long time to get that call, and I'm not sure Jorge touched it, but it's going to stay with Independence. And if Anna would have flopped, she probably would have got a charge because Maddox was really leaning into her. Bales with it, kicks it out to Maddox, back to Bales. She's going to drive baseline. Kicks it over to Caitlin Spencer, and it ring around the Rosies right in there for a bucket.
And not much more if you can do about that if you're Odessa Reed. It's a very contested shot, just a miracle to go in, and it did go in. So
12-9 is the lead for Independence right now. Dragons briefly held a 9-8 lead, but haven't scored since. English into lane, kicks over to Reed. She drives, fouled, and the bucket. First points of the night for Odessa Reed. And let's see if the scoreboard's going to keep up. There they go. This scoreboard is highly sus, as the kids would say.
Oh, yeah.
Don't believe everything you read.
But Odessa Reed
rattles it in.
Odessa Reed saying two can play that game, making a very contested layup and converting at the line to tie the game. A great job by her.
It's into the corner now. This is Bales with it. Dribbling against Reed, kicks out for Brooklyn Maddox with Angie Miller in front of her. Middle of the lane to Caitlin Spencer. Shot high off the glass, no good. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons as it was knocked out of the hands of Hertrick.
Despite those first 2 or 3 minutes, they've done a great job of crashing the boards defensively. They've really tied it up after getting punched across the mouth early on.
A little soft three-quarter pressure being applied by Independence, but they back off. Reed with it, top of the key, gets it down low to English. McKenzie stepping through off the glass and good. 4 points for Mackenzie English.
And those 4 points have been very self-created. That just goes to show the difference she can make when shit comes down to it.
Yeah, she got it in great position that time, and when she gets it down there on the blocks like that, she's almost automatic. Bales with it. Kicks it out. That's Haley Maddox. Now Brooklyn Maddox with it. Working into the lane, loses her dribble, gets it back, kicks it out, swing around to Bales. She got away with a walk, elevates in the lane, and the shot is good. I always say get away with a walk because I've seen our girls called for that probably 50 times this year. Odessa Reed able to steal it away from Brooklyn Maddox. Throws up a desperation shot. Juana Jorge tracks it down. Now the Dragons could set up in some sort of half-court offense here. English working against Bales. A lot of dribbling. She kicked into the corner to Hertrick for three. In and out for Sophia. Tipped around, out of bounds, and it will be Bulldog basketball.
Great intensity by Odessa Reed to create an extra opportunity. Pittsburgh yet again just unable to execute.
Haley Maddox with it, back to Brooklyn. Maddox trying to dribble down on back down Angie Miller. It's tipped out of bounds by Jorge. It'll stay with Independence. 15 seconds on the shot clock.
And that substitution right there takes a lot of interior offensive presence off the court for Independence. Pittsburgh needs to capitalize off of that and go on a run offensively.
Haley Maddox with the shot inside. A lot of contact as Jorge went to the floor, but you never know how officials are going to call it. Dragons watch Angie Miller get double teamed. Nobody comes to help. She turns the ball over. Now Independence has it, and Miller commits a foul under the bucket. There's three Dragons on the wrong side of the floor on that play. Not exactly rushing to get back defensively.
No, it is not an Angie Miller whatsoever. She got double teamed from the jump and had zero reinforcements, and then let go of the ball defensively. Made up for it, got the stop, and only one person came back, and it was Mackenzie English, and she was not enough. You saw Odessa Reed, Anna Jorge, and Sophia Hercher just half jogging on the way back, just expecting them to make a play.
Mia Cope hits both free throws, and it's a 4-point lead now for Independence. They lead at 18-14, 4:24 to play first half. Miller with it up top, gives it up to Hertrick on the left wing. Now Jorge around to Reed, kind of outside of her zone of comfort. And the Dragons working around the horn. Anna Jorge with it. Up top to Miller. Back to Jorge. Gets it down low to English on the blocks. McKenzie off the glass, no good. And that one just kind of a beeline for the bucket, and there's a foul on Jorge. See that one coming from a mile away. She fouls Mia Cope, her opposite number.
You can see Pittsburgh using that pressure, trying to create extra opportunities on the wrong side of the court. Odessa Reed succeeded a couple minutes ago, but right there, Anna Jorge picking up her second foul. You got to find that happy medium to Pittsburgh.
And you got to know when to embrace the contact and when to avoid the contact. And right there, nice defensive play by Angie Miller to tie up Cope, and it's going to give the ball to the Dragons.
And despite her size, Angie Miller, the littlest one on the court most times, does a great job of guarding interior attackers.
Hertrick handling up the floor, but throws it away. There were 3 defenders around Anna Jorge. There was probably 0 chance of that pass making it to Anna. And I think Hertrick just got ahead of steam going and made up her mind where she was going with it. Reed with it at the free throw line into the corner to Hertrick, driving baseline, kicks it out. English almost like intercepts it. And they're going to call a 3-second violation against Mackenzie English.
In Pittsburgh, you're seeing a lot of standing around, not a lot of proactive off-ball movement, defensively and offensively.
Yeah. You can't be stationary on the offensive end, not against a defense like this one. Maddox with it, working against Jorge. Chucks it out. And it should be Dragon ball. It's like forever and a day for the signal on it. What in the heck? The one official, the near side, he saw it and said it should be Dragon ball. And nope, it's going to stay with Independence. Boy, you talk about an ambiguous possession decision there by the officials. It could have gone either way. Out to Maddox. She'll pull the trigger on a 3. No good. Right up against the shot clock. And then Odessa Reed heard the shot clock go off and then traveled with it. And time for some subs for the Dragons. There's just not a lot of enthusiasm out on the floor here. And Gobert and Kendall Elkamil check into the game. Brooklyn Bales with it right to her spot in the lane where she drills it.
Yeah, all her points have come from there.
Say you got to keep her out of that spot. And the Dragons just don't bother to pick her up until she's already there. Elkamil, baseline, shot on the way, no good. Rebound Bales. Gives it up to Brooklyn Maddox. Down low, shot blocked by English. And thankfully for the Dragons, Gobert had her foot out of bounds because that was going to be a little gimme layup for Caitlin Spencer. They'll get it into Spencer. Driving into the lane. And they're going to whistle Gobert for the foul, I believe. Yep.
And you can see Adelie Gobert, she has the right intentions. She's trying to make a play, but she's doing things that she didn't need to do. It's not her role on the team.
She got there a little bit late and wasn't able to cut off the dribble drive.
But then again, she was the substitution for Odessa Reed, who should be there. But
yep. Well, I mean, there's no saying that anybody was going to cut off the dribble there. And Spencer hits them both. And Independence starting to pull away. It's an 8-point game now. Pittsburgh really could use a good offensive possession that results in some points. And to do that, you got to take care of the basketball. Hertrick with it. And she's fouled. A little too much reachy, slappy, grabby by Ania Farley there. Oh, apparently number 11 is Sarah Neely. I don't know. Mackenzie English misses a shot, gets it back, and then there's a held ball, which is going to favor Independence like darn near everything has tonight.
Yeah, offensively, you're still just seeing that struggle for the team as a unit to get open and create a good opportunity. It kind of feels like Mackenzie English has to play hero ball right now.
Well, and these girls don't, as a team, don't really ball fake very much. Everything happens in rhythm. I didn't see who made that shot. I'm going to say it was Haley Maddox. She's got 4. There's a turnover by the Dragons. And now Haley Maddox right down the lane. Nobody there to stop her. Scoop layup is good. I'm sorry, that's Brooklyn Maddox. That's her first bucket of the game. She's their best offensive player. The Dragons have kept her quiet, but they have really struggled against Brooklyn Bales. She's been able to get to her spot at will tonight.
But a great job by Adelie Gobert there to just get downhill. She started from almost half court and used that momentum to her favor and got a look at the basket, just unable to make the shot at the rack.
They called that foul on, okay, there it is. I'm like, I don't see a 4 out there. There she is. Gobert missed the first. And comes up empty. Bales with it. Wild shot. Back out to Bales. Nia Farley was able to track down her own miss. Maddox again driving. Kicks now outside. They'll swing it around to Cope. Now Maddox for 3, way short. But the rebound again tracked down, and they're going to wave it off and say shot clock violation. And that's going to do it for the first half. Dragons trailing by 12 at the break, 26-14. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Welcome back to Independence, Kansas, Independence High School. 5:41 left here in this halftime period. At the half, the Dragons trailing Independence 26-14. And just probably the flattest the Dragon girls have looked since early in the season. They just, not a lot of engagement out there on the floor here early on by this girls team. They come out and punch teams in the face, for lack of a better, not literally of course, but really get after them early, and they just haven't done it here against Independence. They've been beat down the floor several times. The half-court offense, there's just not a lot of concentration in what's going on there. And then defensively, not a lot of effort on the boards. And you take your hat off to the opponent, of course. This is why Independence is undefeated in the league schedule. But the Dragons only lost by 4 to Independence earlier this year. And don't look like it. It doesn't look like they want revenge. It looks like they're expecting to lose coming into tonight's game, for lack of a better explanation or a better description. Just very low energy.
Yeah, it's very underwhelming because why not now? You're rolling this time of year. You've been great since the start of 2026. Independence beat you in your home court by 4 points because you made 2 more mistakes than they did. That's why they scored 2 more buckets. And right now, Independence look like they've learned their lessons from that game, and Pittsburg didn't really take anything from it. It's what it feels like thus far. You'd like to see offensively just a change of game plan, because whatever we have in place right now, especially in that second quarter, just did not work.
Yeah. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll come back, get you your scoring totals from the first half, and start getting ready for second half action here in Independence. Dragons trailing the Bulldogs by 12 at the half. You're watching Dragon basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Canara Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Canara Eye Care, the clear choice for your...
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Every tax season, a villain rises.
Keep those numbers messy. I thrive on confusion.
But when overpayment strikes, a hero answers the call.
You can't save them all, Captain.
Watch me. Prime Accounting, fighting for your deductions, protecting your refund. Don't let Tax Luther take your refund. Join Team Prime today. Power to the people who fight.
To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Welcome back to Independence, Kansas. A very abbreviated halftime. There was like a minute left on the clock, and they just nixed it, and now we're getting ready to go. I hope you enjoyed the GN Bank halftime show, what there was of it. Brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with high-quality financial services for the over 100 years.
All right, folks, here we go for the second half of our first game.
All right, Dragons with the ball, start third quarter. We're already underway. Odessa Reed with it down low. No good. Another missed layup by the Dragons tonight. So they've really had trouble inside getting shots to fall. This is Brooklyn Maddox with it. Independence leading by 12 at the break, 26-14. Looking to add to that here. Swing it around. Maddox with it on the far side. Down low to Caitlin Spencer. Her shot off the glass, no good. Rebound, English. Long outlet pass ahead to Hertrick. Having a hard time handling the dribble is Sophia. And then her shot, and she's going to be fouled from behind. I'm sure everybody in orange and black here thinks that was a good block, but it's going to send Hertrick to the line to shoot two. Whistle that one on Brooklyn Bales, her second. Just went off the back iron. Hertrick with 3 points so far tonight. She completed an old-fashioned three-point play in the first quarter. Comes away empty on that trip to the line, and the Dragons are last to touch it. It'll be Independence ball.
And empty is how the offense has been. We just haven't taken care, haven't executed on layups, free throws. We've left a lot on the table, and the scoreboard reflects it directly.
Maddox with it, guarded by Jorge. Now over to Farley, into the corner to Bales, back up top to Maddox. This is Bashir, gives it up to Spencer, and tipped away and stolen by the Dragons. They get it ahead to Hertrick again, and she's fouled in the open floor by Farley. There'll be two on Ania, I believe.
Foul call on Indies, number 11. Sarah Newman. Shooting two is Hertrick.
Hertrick hits the second. She's 2 for 5 from the line tonight. Cuts the lead to 11. Timeout, Independence. Full timeout. We'll take it as well. 6:35 to play, third quarter. Dragons trailing it 26-15. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live. Independence with the ball coming out of the timeout. Maddox with it, top of the key. They'll work it around to Spencer on the baseline. Long pass cross court to Farley. Her shot no good. Jorge with the rebound and then throws it away. If you're going to throw it that deep, you got to get some air under it, not throw it at chest level. Now Hertrick with it, coming down the floor. She's fouled again. And Sophia will head to the free throw line for the third time. Whistle that one on somebody whose name I don't have. I have it as Ania Farley. Who knows? Yeah. Sarah Veely. There's 2 number 11s, that's why. Not only are all the numbers wrong, there's duplicates. Maddox kicks it out. Shot on the way to Bales, steps through off the glass.
Guess where in the court she made that shot?
Right from the exact same spot she makes every shot. And the Dragons just can't keep her off that spot. English into the lane, steps through. No good, no rebounders either. And Independence comes away with it. Maddox handling it, 5:13 to play third quarter. Dragons trailing it by 12. Bashir with it, up to Maddox, swinging around the horn to Haley Maddox. And Bales was about to catch it in the exact same spot, but got her feet tangled up and fell down. That's one way to stop it.
You can be physical, that'll get you so far, but you also got to be technical. We haven't been very technical this game.
Gober checks into the game, replacing Odessa Reed. Miller gets it up the floor, drives to the elbow, now gives it up to Jorge into the lane, loses her dribble, kicks it out to Gober, long three, misses everything. And Miller tracks it down, but she's trapped in the corner, trying to get it to English, and they'll turn it over.
And Angie Miller just unfortunate getting the rebound, offensive rebound.
Yeah, by the time she tracked it down, she's in the corner.
Yeah.
And then got trapped.
Just unlucky.
And there's Bales. They managed to cut her off from her spot that time. She gets rid of it. Now she's going to step back and take a jumper and hits it. Well, what do you know? And apparently I got the name wrong on that one too. Nothing makes sense tonight. It would help to print a roster with the proper names and numbers on them. So bear with me, I apologize. English steps through off the glass and good.
And offensively, that's only been really the only remedy that seemed to work thus far is putting the ball in English's hand and letting her dominate in the low post. And she's only been half successful with that thus far.
Yep, because she's usually double or triple teamed once she gets it down there.
Exactly.
Haley Maddox into the corner to Brooklyn Maddox. Now she's going to dribble around, working against Jorge. Goes baseline. Now she'll give it up to Spencer. Cross court, Maddox. This is Haley. Now back to Spencer. Her shot blocked by English. Long outlet pass to Hertrick. And she dribbles off her foot out of bounds.
English having those long outlet passes right in the stride of these attackers. And just the name of the game offensively is lack of execution. We have not done that thus far.
Maddox with it up top. We'll swing it around. The person I'm calling Bales with it right now has it. Back to Maddox, three-point shot on the way short. At least she hasn't found the range, or this one would be ugly at this point.
Nice. Our scouting report, you were kind of told that she can shoot it from the third level, and thus far she just has airballed it each and every time.
She killed Pittsburgh from beyond the arc the first meeting this year, And the Dragons would get close, and then she'd hit a three and give Independence some breathing room. And so far tonight, that hasn't happened, but Dragons aren't playing the same kind of game they were playing at home. 4 white jerseys under the bucket, and they come away with a rebound off of the English miss. And a foul and a bucket for Lemus. Whistle that one on Elkamil. And that one last touch by the Bulldogs. It'll be Dragon ball as Odessa Reed checking back into the game. Angie Miller going to sit. Miller getting a rest, but Dragons now going to do without their most reliable ball handler as Elkamil's going to bring it up the floor. Picks up her dribble, gives it up to Jorge, who loses it off of her leg, and it goes away to Independence. Dribbling is a problem tonight for the Dragons.
Ball security as a whole has been a serious issue.
Maddox trying to force it down low to Spencer. It's deflected out of bounds by English. It'll stay with Independence. 2:07 to play, third quarter. Dragons trailing it by 20 now. Oh, I'm sorry, that's an 8. 32-18. So they're trailing it by 14. In and out. English with the rebound for Pittsburgh. Gober with it up top. Now Elkamil with it. Gives it up to Jorge, top of the key. Back to Gober. Now Jorge at the elbow, forces it into English, mishandled, over to Reed. Into the lane, Odessa's shot short of the mark. Rebound Jorge, layup no good, tipped out of bounds, Independence ball.
Now, we've created ample opportunity offensively, but I feel like a broken record when saying we haven't taken advantage of any of those opportunities.
Can't
it feels
cash
like.
in, haven't made a layup, haven't made much of anything. Maddox down low to Spencer, kicks it over, round the horn, back to Maddox. Working on Jorge, back it into the lane. And a nice look to a cutting Lemus. English for three, trying to breathe some life into these Dragons. She's got 9. They're going to need a lot more of that. We're under 30 seconds to play, third quarter. Dragons trailing by 13. 34-21 is the score. Brooklyn Maddox with it. Cross-court pass into the corner to Lemus. Now Spencer back to Maddox. Thought about a three, but she hasn't had the range tonight. Into the lane, now looking to distribute. Three-point shot on the way, off the mark. Rebound Reed for the Dragons. And that's going to do it for the third quarter after 3. Pittsburgh trailing 34-21. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
After 3, the Dragons trailing it by 13. Independence with the ball to start the final quarter. Lemus with it, swinging around the horn. Back to Lemus on the baseline, up top to Brooklyn Maddox. Maddox at the elbow. Her pass deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Independence. 13 seconds on the shot clock.
And what Pittsburgh has done so well defensively is taking their hands to the ball in the passing lanes. They've not had a lot of deflections and interceptions.
Lemus with it middle of the lane. Back out to Maddox. In and out on the 3. Rebound right there for Spencer. And the putback is good. It's not a lot of energy or activity, well, anywhere on the floor tonight, but especially under the boards for the Dragons. They've been out-rebounded 6 ways from Sunday in this game. Gober for 3, in and out. Rebound comes down to Haley Maddox. Gives it up to Brooklyn.
And as this time expires more and more, you're going to see more and more desperation out of these Dragons, shooting some three-point shots that aren't really in rhythm.
Yeah, they haven't made them all night. Haley Maddox right through. Scoop layup no good, and Reed is fouled on the rebound.
Yeah, and thankfully Maddox was able to miss that because she kind of just sliced through the defense with ease. 3 defenders kind of just slapped in there without really making any physical presence. Thankfully she blundered that one.
English will handle it up the floor for the Dragons. 6:45 to play. Pittsburgh trailing by 15 in what has been a very rough night offensively for the Dragons. That miss by Gober, rebounded by Spencer, and now Independence with it, looking to build on this 15-point lead. Maddox with it up top, Gober guarding her. Swinging around the horn. Lemus with it, back up top to English. English deflected the pass, but it ended up with Spencer. There's another rebound for Spencer. Another shot here for Independence. Lemus into the lane, shot on way is good. Well, give him enough chances. Lemus killing the Dragons in the lane tonight. Timeout on the floor. Coach Gegg wants to talk it over with her team. I think it's a full timeout. It is. We'll take it as well. 5:58 to play. Dragons trailing by 17, 38-21. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
That's a loud pep band for sure. They got spirit. Yes, they do.
Yeah, they really hard to hear your own thoughts.
Yeah,
when they're playing. I'll tell you that.
Well, I don't do a lot of thinking anyway, so not really missing much.
Doing me a favor.
Yeah. Gober to inbound, gets it into English. We're underway. Under 6 minutes to play in the game. Dragons trailing by a lot, 38-21. I think that's 17. Down low to Jorge, off the glass, and it's good.
And that's how you want to come out of that timeout when you're down 17 points. You got a long road ahead of you. You got to score that first possession coming out, build that momentum.
Dragons' first bucket of the fourth quarter. Hasn't been a lot of scoring here in this third quarter. Maddox with it, down low. There's one. Sarah Mealy drops it. And leads back to 17 for Independence. English backing into the lane, pass deflected. Elkamil comes away with it, but she's fouled. I think that was Veely on the foul. That's 4. Gober driving off the glass and good. At 5 points for Gober.
They're starting to kindle a fire offensively, but might be too little too late.
Way, Ted. Spencer with it up top to Maddox. And there's a foul going to be called against Gober. That's her third, I think. Yep. English breaks up the inbound pass, comes away with it. McKenzie still playing. She's been here all night. And then an offensive foul against English as she ran into Veely.
And it's been that kind of night for McKenzie English.
That's just her first foul. Elkamil is going to be whistled for a foul. We're trying to poke it away from Veely. I think that's her second, and it is. Man, I'm keeping great track of the fouls tonight. Probably because there aren't very many points, so it's easier to keep track of the fouls.
Gives you something to tally.
That's right. I have, however, lost track of the turnovers. Maddox with it into the corner. Back to Maddox. And Ana Jorge not looking for the ball. Instead, she knocked Lemus down to the ground. And ball will go to the Dragons.
Don't even look for a ball if there's no receiver to catch it.
Right. Cross-court pass to Jorge. On it, driving. Now she picks up a dribble, kicks out to Elkamil. She'll pull the trigger on a three, way too strong. And Veely with the rebound for Independence. And timeout, Bulldogs. And it's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 3:43 to play. Dragons trailing by 15. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Whole vision of becoming the four-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the big one.
Welcome back to Independence, Kansas. 3:43 to play. Dragons trailing it 40-25 to the Independence Bulldogs. And it'll be Independence ball coming out of the timeout. Get it into the corner to Spencer. She's going to put it on the floor and dribble out. Maddox with it, guarded by Elkamil. Shot off the mark. English with the rebound. Long outlet pass to Elkamil. Off the glass and good. First bucket of the night for Kendall Elkamil.
That's a good change of pace because she was able to make a layup in transition something Pittsburgh hasn't really seen much of this game. So if she can keep that up in these last 3 minutes, we might have a fighting hope.
Maddox with it, gets it down low to Veely, tipped around and comes away to Adelie Gober, who just needs to take it easy. Cross half court with it, over to Hertrick, open for three, she'll take it, off the iron, no good. The rebound comes down to Lemus. Now Maddox will walk it up the floor for Independence. No need to hurry for the Bulldogs. Maddox picks up her dribble, kicks it out. Round the horn. Bashir with it. Back to Maddox. Veely. Dribbling around, goes baseline, kicks it back out to Shear, no good. Shot clock violation because it didn't hit the rim. And it will go back to the Dragons, but Independence burned 35 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, no harm done for your Independence. It only helps you.
2 minutes to play. I think it'd be a quiet bus ride home for the Dragons tonight after this one. I mean, it was a pretty quiet game. English for three, way short. And Gober's going to be called for out of bounds because she went out of bounds and then never reestablished herself inbounds before touching the ball.
And you can see Mackenzie English's fatigue setting in after playing the full game today. She just losing her legs.
Well, you know. Maddox got it. No need to do much of anything with it if you're Independent. Just hang on to it and burn the entire shot clock. And then come down next time and do it again. 8 seconds. Veely. Shot no good. Rebound English, but they burned all but 8 seconds off of that shot clock. The Dragons don't handle it cleanly. Gober for three, and she hits it. Well, it'll affect the stat sheet, but probably not going to affect the outcome of this one. 1:06 to play. The Dragons trailing by 10. It's not impossible, but man, you're really putting yourself under a lot of pressure with only 1:06 to play. A lot of things have got to go the Dragons' way, and they really haven't so far tonight. Doesn't mean they won't.
No, 10 points and 66 seconds, excuse me. You gotta get a lot of stops that Independence is not allowing. They're milking that clock offensively. You gotta find a lot of answers.
Yeah, you gotta pressure and come up with some quick turnovers. They can't go down the floor, burn 30 seconds off the clock and miss a shot. Game's pretty much over at that point.
And at Pittsburgh disadvantage, there's only 3 team fouls on themselves and 2 for Independence. So you gotta do a lot of fouling if they get past the half court to put them in that bonus.
Maddox inbounds. Dragons not fouling. Whoa, there's a turnover, and then given right back. Elkamil came away with the steal, but was headed out of bounds and had to just save it in, and threw it right to an Independence player. Threw it right to Bashir. At least I think that's who that is.
No telling.
Hopefully Independence's boys will be wearing their normal numbers. That one deflected, and it's going to be Dragon ball. 58.4 to play. Pittsburgh with it. Need to make a three here.
And that press defense looked out incredible. Got 2 turnovers right away. You would wish to see that earlier in the game, probably.
Timeout on the floor. Dragons called it. Full timeout. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Dragon basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value.
Dragons have the ball coming out of the timeout. Under a minute to play, trailing it by 10. Adelie Gober with it. Long three-pointer on the way. Off the mark. And it will be Bulldog basketball. And Gober kind of rushed that shot a little bit because everything's going to be rushed at this point.
Yep.
And just didn't get enough on it.
No, just a desperation shot in a desperation moment.
Veely gets it into Maddox. And she's fouled by Gober. And that'll be the 15th foul on the Dragons. They'll send Maddox to the line to shoot 2. And Maddox just and Gober fouled out of the game right there. Angie Miller back in.
Brooklyn Maddox shooting 2.
Maddox hits the first. She's only got, that'll be her 3rd point of the night. But she has really been the floor general tonight for Independence and a very reliable ball handler. And then she makes 2 big free throws coming down the stretch to keep the Dragons at arm's reach. Pittsburgh turns it over on the inbound. Then Miller steals it back. And they're going to whistle Veely with the foul. It'll be Dragon ball. And they'll inbound from over by the Bulldog bench.
One of our keys to the game, our big headline.
That's the 5th on Veely, excuse me.
Our big headline was turnover battle, and I think that right there proved that Independence got more turnovers and they scored off them a lot more.
Long 3 from English, misses everything, and it'll turn it over to Independence.
Yeah, that was the big factor. Points off turnover. I feel like Independence really capitalized and they created turnovers.
Beat us down the floor 4 or 5 times in transition in that first half. And, 10-point game, 5 times, 3-4 times getting beat down the floor. That's your game. And Miller's going to foul immediately on the inbound, and that should send Madeline Brashear to the line to shoot 2. That's Miller's 2nd. Doesn't really matter at this point with 23.6 left. Dragons trailing it by 12, 42-30. And Independence as a team has shot free throws pretty well tonight.
Just another category where we got beat.
I have them as 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Make that 8 of 8. So, yeah, they shot it pretty well from the line tonight. Dragons not so much. El Camille picks up the dribble, gives it up to English. Dragons got to go quick. McKenzie down the lane and good. She's got 11 points, but she will by far be the lone Dragon in double figures. Still a 12-point lead, and that's going to do it. So Independence wins it 44-32. Lopsided fashion here at home. And the Dragons going to have to put it back together. They got Parsons on Friday night in Pittsburgh. And that's a pretty good get-right game.
Yep.
But you would have liked to have seen a little bit more out of the Dragons here tonight against the top girls team in the SEK. And it just didn't happen.
Yeah, this was a battle tester going into the playoffs. You would have seen Pittsburgh preferably have a different outcome or a closer outcome at that. So Parsons, you really got to prove yourself going into the playoff stage of this season.
We're going to step away for a quick break. We'll come back with our hybrid post-game, pre-game show as we get ready for the nightcap. The boys matchup between the Dragons and the Bulldogs coming up on the other side of this break. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Every tax season a villain rises.
Keep those numbers messy. I thrive on confusion.
But when overpayment strikes, a hero answers the call.
You can't save them all, Captain.
Watch me.
Prime Accounting, fighting for your deductions, protecting your refund. Don't let Tax Luther take your refund. Join Team Prime today. Power to the people who file.
To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle, whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire. The time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburg.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Every time.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle, whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire. The time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com.
Welcome back to Independence, Kansas. Getting set for the nightcap tonight. The Pittsburg boys taking on Independence. Dragon boys coming in at 6-9, 3-3 in SEK League play. Independence 9-5, 5-2 in SEK League play. Dragons coming off a 53-54 overtime loss to Coffeyville on Friday night. And Independence coming off a 59-43 win against Labette County here on Friday night. And Dragon girls fell earlier tonight on a pretty lopsided 44-32 score, and not a great effort by the Dragon girls tonight. I'm sure Coach Gegg not real happy with the way things went down tonight, and we'll hope to see a bounce back on Tuesday when the Dragons host the Parsons Vikings, and that's a good get-right opponent. As Parsons has struggled, both the boys and the girls for Parsons have struggled this year, and hopefully Dragons can right the ship. But the boys, they got a big one here tonight, and they did not lose in a lopsided fashion. Last time these two teams played, gosh, I had that score right in front of me. Now I don't have it, so good thing I started that history lesson. But the Dragons, it wasn't a blowout, but I'm sure it's a game they'd like to have back there on their home floor, but so far this season, the Dragons really haven't played well at home. They've been a better road team, and so we're all hoping to see that here tonight in Independence. They lost it by 8 points in Pittsburgh. 57-49 was the final score. Thank you, Michael. Our man with the internet. Track that one down for us.
Tricky to navigation times.
I know it wasn't too awful, but it wasn't like a 3-point game or anything.
No.
But again, the Dragons turned the ball over a lot in that game, and hopefully they'll take better care of the basketball here tonight. As we're talking keys to the game, I think for the Dragons, the key is to be opportunistic and really take advantage. When you have an opportunity to score, you got to cash it in. When you got a transition layup, you got to make the layup. When you're open for a jumper, make it, and we're going to be in pretty good shape here. So far, like, what was it, Friday night, Dragons had some chances. It was a 1-point game against Coffeyville, and therefore anything that doesn't go your way could have cost you the game in a 1-point game. But the Dragons left a lot of points on the board, especially in transition, that they would like to have back. So hopefully they can secure some of those fast break scores tonight against Independence.
Yeah, I'd like to see offensively a game plan. It feels like these last couple of games, offensively, we haven't had an answer. So I'd like to see us run through Jamarcus Davis a little better like we did in the first half of the season. Things went right when that happened. He was dropping 20 points night in and night out for a couple games there. And when we got him comfortable, the team followed along with him. Caden Neven-Rothnam was hitting threes. Landon Jess started to spark. Damon Moss looked great underneath offensively. He looks great defensively underneath. He just hasn't found that groove offensively. And when Jamarcus Davis is going, it opens that up just much. Halen Moss, excuse me, opens that up just that much more.
It's not your fault. I called him the wrong name for like a month straight. So his mom was so nice. She came up and thanked us for our coverage and then told us we were idiots and we've been saying the wrong name for her son for. But he wasn't in our defense. He was not in the roster, and we were just guessing what the PA announcer was saying. Yeah, nonetheless, really hoping the Dragons have a better performance tonight here on the road than they had against Independence at home. And we're going to take a break and get an announcement from the PA announcer about tonight's theme, which is breast cancer awareness.
In our recognition of those who have survived this disease and those who have fallen victim to cancer, it is appropriate to remember that we compete as communities, but we unite as people in our efforts to support those affected. Remember, the gains we have made in the fight against cancer are largely due to fundraising and support for research into the disease, its prevention, and its cure. Every time you support, you bring us one step closer to a cure. Would you please stand if you are a cancer survivor? Yeah, I tricked you, didn't I? Yeah, I want to take a moment to recognize those who have survived cancer. I'm going to stand up and represent my life. And now, would you please stand if someone near and dear to you is a victim or a survivor of cancer? Now take a moment to look around the gym and see how many people are standing. Cancer's impact is vast, to say the least. Please join us in fighting this disease and honoring those whose lives have been altered by cancer. Thank you all very much. And now will the rest of you stand up and join me in the singing of our national anthem by Toby Colo.
All right, getting set to announce the starting lineups. Let's go ahead and get that done for you. First, for the Independence Bulldogs, they'll start number 1, 5'9", senior guard Spencer Crane. Number 2, 5'10", junior guard Javen Colbert. Number 3, 6-foot junior guard Heston Smith. Number 12, 6'2", senior guard Kellen Landing. And number 24, 6'2", sophomore forward Ian Martinez. For the Dragons, they'll start number 1, senior Danny Durden. Number 2, senior Caden Navaratnam. Number 4, junior Jamarcus Davis. Number 11, junior Landon Jesse. And number 20, senior Malachi Meadows. And a touching tribute to those who have survived cancer or who have loved ones who have been affected by cancer, and that's a lot of us. And it's never a bad time to recognize the effect that that disease has on all of our lives and the need to find a cure.
Martinez has a size advantage against us down low, and I'm curious to see how we fare against that.
Certainly has a mass advantage, I would say.
And Danny Durden isn't the heaviest big man in the SEK. I would argue probably the lightest.
So the Dragons are going to have to be the quicker team to the ball tonight, that's for sure. And they've got to be disruptive defensively, and then they've got to execute offensively and take care of the basketball. But importantly, it's so important for this team to make shots early. When they do, they're dangerous. When they don't, points are hard to come by.
Exactly. We saw it happen in the latest game. Neither team came by shots early, and Independence picked it up at some point. The ladies never did. You don't want to be in the losing end of that. You want to find your shot at some point, and obviously it's better if you do earlier than later.
Our opening tip brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie. Dirt's heavy, so trust the guys at B&B Excavating and move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, water line install and repair, driveways, rock hauling and leveling. Call B&B Excavating 620-724-2735.
You gotta admit, a great environment here, Independence.
Danny Durden set to tip it off against Kellen Lanning, and the Dragons control the tip. Davis gives it up to Landon Jesse. They'll work it around the horn to Meadows. Back up top to Navaratnam. Guarded by Colbert. Meadows now back to Davis down the lane. Kicks out to Jesse. Shot off the mark. And the rebound controlled by the Bulldogs as Heston Smith comes away with it. Now Colbert will handle it up the floor for Independence. Colbert, dangerous with the ball, probably one of the best players in the SEK. His entry pass off the mark. It's going to be out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Martinez. They'll be dragging ball.
And for Pittsburgh, you got to capitalize off these turnovers.
Still scoreless here early. I'll give you time and score as we go. We don't have a good angle on a scoreboard from here. Meadows into the corner to Durden, who didn't necessarily want it right there. Kicks it across the court to Jesse. Davis down the lane. Jesse's shot no good. Rebound Davis. Putback won't go. Battle for the rebound. Comes away to Jesse. Elevates in the lane off the back iron. Dragons cannot find the range, but Jesse's fouled, and he'll head to the line and shoot two. Well, looks like there's a lid on the bucket here early for the Dragons. They got a couple good looks there.
That's really how it's been for the month of January for the Dragons, just unable to get on runs and produce offensive production.
Jesse's first free throw rattles out.
And it's not like we aren't finding good opportunity to execute. It's simply that we just can't get the shots to fall, especially at a rapid succession.
And that free throw is a perfect example. Basically was halfway down and rattled out for Jesse as he hits the second. 1-0 lead for the Dragons. 6:47 to play first quarter. Colbert with it for Independence. Dragons managed to get a stop as much as Independence gave him a turnover there on the first possession. Lanning with it, steps back, no good. Rebound comes down to Davis. Will handle it up the floor, but he has to slow down if Dragons get the rest of the numbers on the offensive end. Navaratnam into the corner to Meadows. Up top to Durden. Over to Jesse, gets it back down to Durden. Now Davis up top. Navaratnam with Colbert in his face. Back to Davis, he'll raise up for a three and hits it. Dragons out to an early 4-0 lead, 6 minutes to play, first quarter.
And offensively, getting Jamarcus Davis going early, you might see the rest of the team follow, so keep doing that.
And I'm sure Jamarcus knows he's got to be aggressive with the basketball as Colbert answers right back. For Independence, 1 point game now, 4-3 Pittsburgh. 5:35 and Landon Jesse trying to get it to Meadows, throws it too high, and the Dragons turn it over, and that's something they've really got to avoid tonight if they want to come out here with a win.
Yeah, limiting turnovers and the control with turnovers at that is a must as for Pittsburgh. Do not give up any possessions offensively.
There's a turnover. Independence as Jesse has it. And he's fouled. They're going to whistle this one on Heston Smith. That's his first.
Foul called on Indy's number 3, Heston Smith. Checking in for Pittsburgh.
Second team foul on the Bulldogs.
But a great job there by Caden Everothnam to create a turnover again and try to get Pittsburgh in that positive turnover battle.
Miller with it, kicks it out to Davis. He'll raise up for another three off the back iron. Rebound tracked down by Durden. Back to Davis. Down the lane. He thought he was fouled. No call. And Independence comes away with it. Colbert will handle it up the floor. Colbert working off the screen. He's double teamed, but hits Martinez wide open under the bucket. And if you're going to trap, that's fine, but you got to account for the big man standing under the bucket. And the Dragons just lost track of Martinez. Lob pass to Danny Durden for the dunk.
Great job to answer after that defensive breakdown by Pittsburgh. If you're going to make mistakes, you got to answer and neutralize the momentum that you gave up.
Dragons back with the lead, and there's a foul down low. I think they're going to get Durden with this one. As they both, yep, Durden will pick it up. As both Durden and Davis were down there. Navaratnam and Durden will sit. Wyatt Thomas and Halen Moss into the game for the Dragons. Entry pass over the top, tracked down by Heston Smith. Colbert with it, near side, thought about it. Now he slings it down low to Spencer Crane, back out to Colbert. Round the horn to Heston Smith, shot on the way, no good. Rebound, Miller. Miller over the top to Wyatt Thomas. He's going to drive into contact. He's fouled. And Wyatt will head to the line. There was no doubt he was going to get blasted on that one. And they'll whistle that foul on Crane. That's his first. And Wyatt Thomas at the line to shoot a pair for the Dragons. Leading it by 1, 4:02 to play first quarter. Dragons leading at 6-5. First shot is good for Thomas.
And another thing Pittsburgh needs to do offensively is
shoot free throws well.
Yes. Haven't done that as a program.
No, about 50%
well.
as a team on the season as far as free throws go.
So leaving points out there is a no-no tonight.
And Thomas gets them both. Dragons lead at 8-5, 4 minutes and counting to play first quarter. Colbert at the logo, bringing it up for the Bulldogs. Working against Thomas. He'll give it up. Kellen Lanning with it. And they're going to whistle a foul on Miller for hand checking. That's the first on Zane.
Yeah, only if Michael Jordan wasn't the player.
What?
Hand checking.
You think Michael Jordan was a hand checker?
I think he's the reason that they got rid of hand checking, because he was. Anyways,
nice
great
cut to the basket by Lanning. Dragon defense adjusted way too late. Fortunate Pittsburgh didn't get a foul. And that one's thrown to no one in particular. Turned over. And Miller's going to be whistled for a reach foul on Colbert. So Miller kind of struggling here early. Jamarcus Davis into the game. Miller will sit with 2 quick fouls.
What really stinks defensively that last possession, Halen Moss and Danny Durden both got beat behind their backs under the basket. That is what you cannot do defensively. You cannot break down with both your big men coming away from the bottom of the paint.
When you're the last line of defense, nobody should get behind you. And it's the rule for safeties in football, and it's the same for big men in basketball. And it is Dragon ball. There was kind of a questionable out-of-bounds play, but there were about, 12 referees sitting over there on the Dragon bench who all said it should be purple ball. And so it will go to Pittsburgh.
It's always good when all 3 referees agree.
So. And the other 12 over there. Dragons clinging to a 1-point lead, 8-7, with 3 minutes to play first quarter. Davis has it, gets it over to Navaratnam. His first three-point attempt off the mark. Rebound skied for by Danny Durden. Can't get the layup to fall. Still battling for the rebound. Gets it back off the glass. Can't get that one to go. So 2 bunny layups missed under the bucket by Danny Durden, and I don't know how bunny they are when you got 3 guys and they're trying to stop you, but he couldn't get either one of them to fall. There's a travel call going to be whistled against Cayman Sprague, who just checked into the game for Independence.
And again, just Pittsburgh leaving opportunities out there. Danny Durden doing a great job of creating his own 2 opportunities, just couldn't get it to fall.
Wyatt Thomas with it now into the corner to Malachi Meadows. Picked up his dribble, now gives it up to Thomas, swings it around to Navaratnam. And now Davis with it on the far side. Back up top to Thomas, thought about a 3, now back to Davis. His 3 is in and out, and Thomas fortunate not to get an over the back foul on the rebound. And the official's going to confer, because I thought they were going to say it was Pittsburgh ball. There was about probably a low-level riot getting ready to happen here in Independence, and it will be Bulldog basketball.
He came in sprinting to clear that one up.
Yeah. That official, no! Okay.
Remember where you're at.
Yep. Colbert will bring it up for the Bulldogs. Dragons leading it by 1 with 2 minutes to play first quarter. Sprague down the lane, kicks it back out. This is Lanning. And it's poked away. Oh no, that ball went about everywhere it couldn't go. And Colbert comes away with the bucket for Independence. Talk about things not going your way. There were about 4 Dragons who had a chance at that one, and nobody could get it. Navaratnam into the corner to Meadows. Back over to Thomas. Back up top to Meadows. Now Navaratnam to Davis, trying to get it down low to Moss, who kicks it back out. If you're Moss, you'd like to see him go to work on Martinez down there rather than just kick it right back out. Meadows driving, a lot of contact. Meadows ends up on the floor, no call. He's a little bit out of control there, and Independence comes away with it. Martinez going to work on Moss, dribbles right by him. The shot won't go, and Davis comes away with the rebound. Now to Meadows, pump fake, and he's fouled. And Meadows will head to the line. I think they're going to get that one on Heston Smith.
Now, there's one person that does execute a ball fake.
Yeah.
And it's refreshing to see, because only him and Zane Miller are the only 2 people you really see using that ball fake, and you can see
how it got the defender up off his feet.
The immediate benefits that it gives you as a team.
If he'd have shot that in rhythm, it would have been blocked.
Exactly.
First shot, no good for Meadows.
And going back to the ladies' game, you'd like to see any of those ladies use a pass fake.
Yeah, you can ball fake on a pass, on a shot. It's just you get stuck doing everything in rhythm, and it really makes life easy for the defense. Meadows' second shot, it's good. So that gives the Dragons we're tied at 9 now with under a minute to play, 47 seconds and counting. Colbert with it at half court. Shot no good. Rebound comes down to Independence, and then Wyatt Thomas with it. They're going to call a held ball even though he was over Thomas's back. That was Lanning, and it will stay with Independence.
Remember where you're at.
Yeah, I know. And they're going to whistle Moss with a foul from behind, and you're not going to get that call hardly ever if you're Halen Moss.
No, it's unnecessary contact for Halen Moss. You just got to recognize the situation there. And
Sprague, first free throw is good. And one thing Independence did against us the first time around was make their free throws. And we're tied at 9. Oh, no, okay, that's a 1 point lead. I thought we were tied at 9 when he stepped to the line. The scoreboard is real slow. Second shot off the mark, rebound Navaratnam, and the Dragons have it back, trailing by 1, under 30 seconds to play first quarter. Get the feeling Dragons going to hold for the last shot or not. Wyatt Thomas with it outside. Meadows going to try a three off the back iron. Rebound Navaratnam. Down the lane, trying to get it to Moss. He wasn't ready for it, off his hands. And now here comes Independence back the other way with a chance to add to their 1-point lead. Pass deflected by Moss. Could somebody get the ball? There we go. Thomas comes away with it. He's going to heave it at the buzzer and way short. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Dragons trailing 10-9. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Frustrating into that quarter for the Dragons, but they still just trail by one, 10-9. As we start the second quarter, it'll be Dragon ball. But things could have gone a lot better on those last few possessions for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, for Pittsburgh offensively, your end of the first quarter key has to be finding your best shot in those 35 seconds.
Davis passes to Durden, and then he throws it away.
The second key has to be valuing your possessions. We've seen too many turnovers in this first quarter.
I'd almost make that the first key. Battle for the rebound. Navaratnam comes away with it. Gives it up to Thomas. The Dragons into the half court. Jesse with it at the three-point line. Back to Navaratnam. Thought about it. Puts it on the floor, drives baseline, and he's fouled on the reach. About time by Kellen Lanning. That's his first.
Yeah, that was less of a reach and more of a slap.
Yeah, well, it was less of a slap than some of the previous ones, but whistled for that one. Davis collides with Lanning, but gets it over to Jesse in the corner. Durden round the horn to Thomas. Now back to Davis. Jesse will pull up for three off the back iron. Rebound tracked down by Durden. Davis, he'll try a three off the back iron. Rebound Durden. Back to Jesse, and he throws it away because Thomas zigged when Jesse thought he was going to zag.
Woo. Yeah, one thing my coach always taught me is never fake a back cut.
Yeah.
Because that will always be the result.
Yep.
But then again, Pittsburgh got two wide open three-point opportunities, just unable to cash in.
And so far this season, really, we've seen Navaratnam hit a couple streaks, and there's a rebound brought down by Lanning, pulls up wide open from the free throw line, can't get it to go. Finally, Dragons come away with the rebound. Thomas looking to push. Into the lane goes Wyatt Thomas, jump stop, kicks it out to a wide open Jesse who passed it up. Navaratnam will take it off the back iron. Nobody can make a shot from three-point line right now. And you're going to get to the point where we were earlier this season where nobody wanted to take one. There's a blocking foul going to be called on the floor.
Jamarcus Davis was, we haven't seen that physicality as much in these recent weeks as we did earlier on this season. When he uses that physicality down low, the impact is imminent. I'd like to see more of that out of them.
Yeah, you'd like to see the Dragons put the ball on the floor, go to the bucket, draw fouls. Get into that Independence bench a little bit. But Navaratnam again for three, in and out, halfway down. How about that? Colbert with the rebound. Almost walked with it and then beats everybody down the floor. And,
You know, if there was one play I'd give you to describe our season,
That's it.
Exactly. I mean, all 5 players got beat by the guy who rebounded the ball in the opposite court.
Went coast to coast with it. And granted, he's a real good player, but man, oh man, there's 5 guys out there. And Colbert hits the free throw. He's got 8. And the Independence lead is 4. Stuff like that's also offensively why you got to make every possession matter, and Durden hits that one. Durden's got 4. And it's back down to a 2-point lead. 13-11 is the score. 5.5 to play, second quarter. Sprague driving through. Nobody stopped him. Scoop layup. He's good.
Just a defensive breakdown in our 2-3 zone.
Yeah, it looked like slow motion as he was driving in there and just nobody cut him off. Jesse will take a long 3 off the mark. Rebound Sprague. And now the Dragons, it's like they're shooting a 3, but they don't expect to make it.
It's really been a dry spell out there behind the arc. And you've seen these last couple of games, we've been riding and dying by the 3, and most times you've died by it.
Colbert driving, kicks back out. Sprague with it. Gives it up to Richenberger. His pass picked off by Davis. He's got Colbert trailing. Jamarcus off the glass and good. 5 points for Davis.
And there's one guy that will almost never miss around the rim when he's driving down the basket. But we just haven't seen him do that too much.
2-point lead for Independence. And they're going to whistle Martinez on the other end for hooking the defender with his arm. And it's a strange call, but we'll take it.
But what you're seeing from Independence, though, is a couple turnovers forced by Pittsburgh. And you'd like to see Pittsburgh, we capitalized off of one right there, Jamarcus Davis. Now you'd like to see us capitalize off the second and make it a tie game.
I'd like to see us run a good half-court set.
It'd be a good change of pace for us.
Yeah. Meadows with it, trying to get it down low. Nope, not that time. Colbert comes away with it off the deflected pass, trying to get it down to Moss. When you're throwing it to a big man, it's always a better idea to throw it up high than bounce pass it down at his knees. That one's deflected out of bounds by Corday Hayes, who just checked into the game. It'll stay with Independence.
Yeah,
Spencer Crane in, and Richenberger will sit. There's an easy layup off the inbound pass to Colbert. How do you lose that guy? Wide open under the bucket, and he hits it. Best player on the team. Might want to mark him on an inbound play. Navaratnam off the mark, saved inbounds, and thrown away, thankfully, by Independence. Another fast break opportunity. Landing through it just a little too high for Colbert. I think Colbert wasn't looking for it and didn't get his head around till the ball was over the top of his head. Now Davis with it for the Dragons, backing into the lane, kicks it out to Navaratnam. Hayes with it, top of the key, back to Meadows. Now back to Davis, working off the screen. Down low, off the glass and good, over the top of Spencer Crane.
I feel like I keep going back to it, but Jamarcus Davis, once he gets down low and penetrates that offense one-on-one against his defender, it's almost always going to be a successful offensive possession.
Dragons within 2, 17-15 is the score, 2:44 to play first half. Lanning kicks it back out to Colbert, working against Meadows. Back to Lanning. Gets it down low to Martinez, working on Moss, has it poked away, and it will stay with Independence. Zane Miller will check in. Caden Navaratnam will sit. Sprague with it on the inbound, gives it up to Colbert way up top. And there's a foul call against the Dragons. They're going to get Corday Hayes on a hold, I believe.
And Corday Hayes this season has kind of played as that defensive specialist, trying to give some spark off the bench defensively, but with those limited minutes he knows he has, he plays very physical, and he's well aware he has 5 fouls to give. He'll show you what night in and night out there. He will use them all.
Sprague sits, landing shot blocked by Moss, and it touched the end line. It will stay with Independence.
Great job by Halen Moss to rotate over there and help Corday Hayes down low and get the block.
Hayes knocked it away, and then Moss was there to kind of clean up what happened after the recovery by Lanning. Now Colbert with it, shot on the way over Meadows, no good. Rebound Davis. Dragons trailing it by a bucket. 2:07 to play first half. Davis handling, working against Crane. Down low, off the glass and good. I think that's a mismatch if the Dragons keep taking advantage of it. And we're tied at 17, 1:50 and counting, first half. Dragons need another stop here. I guess it goes without saying when you're on defense, you need a stop. Lanning working against Hayes, out to Martinez. He'll kick it out. Smith with it. Back to Martinez, shot on the way, no good. And the Dragons, there's 4 guys down there. Nobody talks, and they end up tipping the ball out of bounds, and it'll stay with Independence.
That is a forehead smacker. A great defensive possession, forced a bad shot out of Martinez, and then in rapid succession, we fumble it away and give possession to Independence under the basket.
All somebody had to say was mine. Lanning with it, deep 3 on the way, off the mark, over the top of the backboard, and that'll give it back to the Dragons. 1:16 to play, tied at 17.
Pittsburgh has had some great defensive possessions.
So many opportunities.
Yet again, unable to cash them in.
And it's almost, they've made some mistakes on the offensive end, but defensively, you've gotten stops and just haven't been able to get your hands on the ball. Miller, deep 3, no good. Rebound, Durden. Danny comes away with it, gets it out to Hayes. Back up top to Miller. Coach Moss calling out a play. Davis directing traffic, kicks it over to Navarotnam, back to Davis. Now Durden with it. Not a lot of motion away from the basketball. There goes Durden for the lob.
Yeah.
Dragons on top by a bucket, 19-17, under 30 seconds. Can we get a stop defensively? That one deflected, and it will stay with Independence. Now, mark everybody on this inbound play, and let's not have an open layup under the bucket. There we go. They're bringing Moss in. I'm like, where's the big? There we go. Deep pass into the backcourt. Colbert will have it. Plenty of time to work. 20 seconds and counting on the clock. Gets it to Martinez, way too far from the bucket, and he's inexplicably fouled. The big man who has 0 chance of making a shot from there, and they foul him outside the 3-point line. Now Independence will reset. Navarotnam with the foul. Does not make sense. Colbert will handle it for Independence. Working off the screen into Moss. Elevates, short, rebound, Davis. 2-1, not gonna get it off. Oh, it's waved off. The official was waving it off from the start. I don't think that's correct. Y'all can rewind it back on YouTube. There's a buzzer, and it looked like it was out of his hands before the buzzer went off. But of course, the Dragons don't get the call. And we'll head to halftime. Pittsburgh leading it by 2, should be 5, 19-17. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with the GN Bank Halftime Show. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
At GN Bank, we're your...
Welcome back to Independence High School at the half. The Dragons trailing, or I'm sorry,
should be leading.
Leading Independence 1970. I'm sorry, I can't see the dang scoreboard, so
yeah,
it's hard.
Infringement.
But they should be up by 5. Jamarcus Davis made a buzzer beater. You can roll it back and check it out. And it was waved off. The official started waving it off before the buzzer, before the shot, before anything. He decided this is not going to count. And then it went in, and it should have counted in my book. But he waved it off, so the Dragons leading it by 2 here at the break. This is the GN Bank Halftime Show, brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for more than 100 years. Whether it's personal, business, or agricultural needs, trust the team at GN Bank to find out more. Check them out online at gn-bank.com. All right. So, an up and down first half of the Dragons, a first quarter that I'm sure they'd like to forget, but then a second quarter where they really kind of came alive and found themselves some offensive rhythm, and it really, I think a lot of it came from Jamarcus Davis driving in the lane to the bucket, and everything kind of built from there.
Yeah, it's incredible. Good things happen when you put the ball into your best scorer's hands. I mean, we saw it in the first half of the season. Jamarcus Davis was a game changer, and it felt like the second half of January, we kind of just forgot that. And we still saw it this first quarter, trying to ride and die by a three-point ball that hasn't really worked for us all year. And Jamarcus Davis decided to put the ball in his own hands. We worked inside out. The inside buckets will open up the outside shots. So if you want to die by that three-pointer, work inside first, and you'll get a lot more open opportunities outside the arc that you can still ride by.
There's a lot of riding in that assessment. A lot of riding.
Yeah, but very
like to ride.
dependent on one certain strategy.
Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at some of those scoring totals for the first half. First for Independence, they're led in scoring by Javen Colbert. He's got 10 points, pretty much evenly split. He's got 5 in each quarter, so that is evenly split. That's exactly evenly split.
There it is, a split.
Yeah. And then not much else. Kellen Lanning with a bucket, Ian Martinez with a bucket, and Cayman Sprague with 3 points on a bucket, and then 1 of 2 from the free throw line to round out the scoring for Independence. For the Dragons, this pop-a shot thing here at the half is really preventing the teams from being able to warm up, because it appears that everybody under the age of 18 in Independence is going to take a shot here. I mean, who doesn't want a soda from the concession stand? There's one. Give that kid a pop.
I'd love a pop right now. I gotta say.
Me too, buddy. Me too. We're going to have to wait, though, until the drive home.
Yep. Old drive home.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anywho.
That Eye on the Game brought to you by Kanar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Kanar Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kanar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburg and Girard's, here to help their valued customers. Learn more online at CanarEyeCare.com. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back with more of the GN Bank halftime show. In Independence, the Dragons leading it by a bucket. Should be more at the half. You're watching Dragon basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
Every tax season, a villain rises.
Keep those numbers messy. I thrive on confusion.
But when overpayment strikes, a hero answers the call.
You can't save them all, Captain.
Watch me.
Prime Accounting, fighting for your deductions, protecting your refund. Don't let Tax Luther take your refund. Join Team Prime today. Power to the people who file.
To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Pittsburgh Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crawcan. To learn more about Crawcan's no-nonsense pricing and multi-gig internet, check them out online at ckt.net. We want to thank all of our sponsors for Pittsburgh Sports Live this year. We couldn't do it without you.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Man.
Looks like the concession stand has pizza, and I've been...
Oh. Cool your jets, buddy.
Yeah.
It's a long way. Start to...
My mouth's just watering.
You look skinny, but you're going to have to rely on your fat reserves to get through this game. I'm not going to have a problem. Back underway. Independence with the ball to start the second half. Martinez with it up top. Gives it up to Lanning. Drives baseline on Moss. Or that was Landon Jesse. Man, it's just tough to stop that once they dribble by you. And Lanning able to get position on Jesse, and he'll head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. I think that's Landon's first foul of the night, and it is.
And there's just times where our defense will just let somebody past us and just get a free land to the bucket. And we'll prevent them at times.
It happens. It happens.
It's basketball. But
I myself have been known to get beat off the dribble from time to time. Lanning hits them both.
Landon and Jesse made eye contact with the defender 3 seconds before throwing that basketball, and he still decided to throw it. That's when you want to value your possessions.
And to get it ahead to Davis, driving into the lane, elevates, kicks it out to Navaratnam, open for three. Caden will take it off the mark, tipped out. And I think if Navaratnam let that go, it would stay with the Dragons, but man, some weird passes going on right now.
Intricate.
Yeah, and all of them at chest level, like anybody's ball. Durden gets it back out to Davis. He'll take a deep three off the back iron. Meadows with the rebound, throws it at Navaratnam's ankles. And Davis going to be called with a travel.
Yeah, just not the prettiest possession coming out of half if you're Pittsburgh. A lot of passes. Kind of looked like you're playing hot potato at times there. And then turn it over.
Yeah, not a lot of intention to what they're doing right now.
No.
And Colbert will walk it up the floor for Independence. And we're tied at 19. And there's a turnover. Durden comes away with it. Pass ahead to Navaratnam. And the layup is good.
It's good to see that we convert and transition opportunities.
First bucket of the night for Caden.
It's been hard to come by.
Dragons by a pair once again. Smith with it. Gives it up to Colbert. He almost shot a step back three. Lanning with it, baseline. And the Dragons are just letting him go around him on the baseline as that time Meadows got beat off the dribble.
He's been able to do that exact same dribble drive penetration sequence this
like
half.
the last two times down the floor.
Exactly. And it's worked.
Jesse thought about stepping into a three. Now he's going to dribble into the lane, has it stripped away. Trying to do too much as an individual. Everybody else on the floor standing there watching him. Lanning, step back, heat check, and it's good. Good gosh.
And if you're kidding Navaratnam, you don't beat yourself up over that. That's a 20-foot setback contested. If he makes that, he makes it.
Yeah, that's the shot you want him taking there, but just, of course, he hit it. Davis finally going to get a foul call on Martinez. That was about as late as the second coming, but it arrived. And Davis will head to the free throw line to take two.
Yeah, not a popular call in this gym, but Jamarcus Davis.
But it's the right call. So
you
should just go ahead and make it, when it happens.
Exactly, and it's almost evident that Jamarcus Davis will create that foul each and every time he drives because his physicality, his height his height and his position is so unique that it's just so hard for each team to defend.
They got Martinez with the foul. I have it as his third. It is. Okay.
Your stats might be official after tonight.
No. Far from it. Davis hits the second.
Just a fluke.
My stats were a fluke. That free throw was not. That's not what we're saying. Just to clear that up.
Just to clear the air.
For the listening audience.
Jamarcus Davis is not a fluke.
No, not at all.
Far from it.
Colbert, guarded by Navaratnam, gets it to Lanning. There's a charge. And Meadows does the job that time, cutting off the dribble drive.
And that's one way to stop it right there. And that's probably the best way.
3 on Lanning, and it is.
And that's why it's the best way. They walk away with a foul.
Get it into Zane Miller, looking at some full court pressure. Ahead to Davis, turns it over. Ends up with the worst guy you want it to be with, and that's Colbert. His shot, though, no good. Rebound, Durden. Way over the top to Meadows. He's going to do everything he can to save it. Gets it back to Durden. Navaratnam thought about a 3. Now out to Meadows. Into the middle of the lane to Zane Miller, shortest guy on the floor. Into the corner now to Navaratnam. And there's a 3-second call against Durden.
Durden just waiting for 3 different shots to go up there.
Yeah, nobody took the shot. He's down there waiting for the rebound. Wait, oh. Somebody's going to take a shot one of these days.
Just unfortunate there by Pittsburgh again, not capitalizing off turnovers or transition makes and misses.
Colbert gives it up to Lanning, down low to Sprague. Good position. Sprague's got 5. And the Independence lead is 3, 25-22 with 4.5 to play third quarter. So as bad as it's looked at times for the Dragons, they only trail by 3. Miller spinning, gives it up top to Meadows. Ooh, dangerous pass to Navaratnam. Down on the baseline again to Miller, shortest guy on the floor. Up top to Durden, tallest guy on the floor. Davis down the lane, spinning, fading, off the back iron, no good. And Durden's gonna pick up the foul on Sprague, going for the rebound.
And Jamarcus Davis there yet again using his strength to get a wide open fading shot at the basket, but with how open he was, he could have pumped it, he could have hesitated that fading shot and stepped into an easy layup. Just got a little ahead of himself there, going downhill at the speed he was.
Colbert will walk it up the floor for Independence, leading by 3, 25-22, 4 minutes to play third quarter. Dragons try to trap Crane, but then he dribbles right through the middle of it, gives it up to Colbert, who drains a 3. 13 points for Javen Colbert. Trap backfired that time as it left Colbert wide open at the 3-point line. I'm not sure that's how it was drawn up. Navaratnam takes the 3 off the back iron. Caden has not had the range tonight.
The only person that has it was Jamarcus Davis. And that was his first 2-point attempt, and he made it. And since then,
hasn't had the range since then.
No, nobody has. That's the only
Colbert
we've had.
Stepping through over the top of Moss. He's got 15, and it's an 8-point lead all of a sudden for Independence. Dragons need to take care of the basketball so they can get into their offense. Davis with it, dribbling into the lane. He's going to be called for a travel. I didn't see it, but
I didn't either.
I'm not paid as an official, so.
And Coach Moss telling Jamarcus Davis, pass him.
Yeah, there's 4 guys.
If it's not open, you can kick it out. You can move off the ball. We can create opportunities as a team.
Yeah.
That's what we struggle as, being a team offensively.
Yeah, when the Dragons really struggle, it's 5 guys playing individual basketball, doing their move. If it doesn't work, then they'll pass it. And I don't want to see it devolve into that here in the second half. Smith into the corner to Sprague, dribbles around Moss, kicks it out. Open shot, no good. Rebound, Wyatt Thomas.
It's a big shot by
Davis with a big 3 and a timeout, Dragons. Lead back down to 5. I think it's just a 30-second timeout. Yep.
That was a big one by Jamarcus Davis there.
I think we set up in the middle of Times Square. It's like there's a marathon going by here all the time.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of traffic.
A lot of traffic in this spot.
There's like a student section down there, and then the students that don't want to partake.
I'm concerned I'm going to like inadvertently trip a kid, so I'm trying to keep everything under this table. Because it's like the...
Don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
It's not a good look for anybody.
There's like a 10-year-old derby going on next to me.
It's a lot of personalities.
Independence ball coming out of the break. 2:25 to play, third quarter. Dragons trailing 30-25. Feels like it should be more than that. And I'm sure this Independence crowd feels the same way. And there's a travel call the other way against Heston Smith, and that'll give it back to the Dragons.
And that's the reason why it's not a different story. It's because
Independence has had their share of mishaps.
Yes.
Navaratnam going to handle it up the floor. Now it gives it back to Davis. Working against Colbert. Pass deflected. Ahead to Heston Smith, and he's plowed by Davis. And we'll head to the line to shoot two. Just a basketball play. It was a hard foul, but there was a definite play on the ball.
Got his money's worth.
Not a good sequence there for Davis, though, because he turns it over on one end and then has to commit the foul on the other end. And Coach Moss talking to him about trying to do too much individually, I'm sure. And Heston Smith steps to the line for the first time tonight. First shot is good.
And Walt Davis has contributed to most of Pittsburgh's points. You can't do that by just playing by yourself. You have to use your team to get open. Use your team to create your own opportunities and hopefully opportunities for your other teammates to score as well.
And when you draw a triple team, somebody's got to be open.
Exactly. You got to be a true point guard.
Smith hits them both. Of course he does. Independence, a very good free throw shooting team. In fact, as a team, they've yet to miss a free throw tonight. They're 5 of 5 from the stripe. I think their girls were perfect from the stripe as well, so.
8 for 8 to be exact.
Yeah. Zane Miller dribbling around. In trouble, gives it up to Moss. Off the glass and good. Halen Moss, I think that might be the first time he's touched the ball offensively tonight. And we're in the third quarter.
Zane Miller doing a great job of getting Halen Moss involved, creating an opportunity for a 6'5" center to get a wide open bucket next to the glass.
They get it down low to Crane with Thomas on him. He's battling, kicks it back out. Shot on the way. No good, rebound Sprague. And he's going to be fouled by Davis. And Sprague, not the tallest guy on the floor, but man, the best rebounder, I would say, by a mile.
Yeah, he's up the tallest, but he's very physical.
Yeah.
Very physical guy.
Clears space for sure.
Halen Moss just getting overwhelmed by multiple Bulldogs.
Well, yeah, there's 3 white jerseys battling for the ball with him.
Almost feels like a 1v5 when the shot goes up because Halen Moss is the only one fighting for the rebounds.
Oh, there's a miss. First miss of the night from the free throw line for the entire community of Independence. Davis with it at the elbow. Drives in, kicks it out to Miller. Thought about a 3, now didn't want to take it. Kicks it back out to Davis. He thought about it. Drives baseline, elevates into Colbert. And Colbert gets the foul call. Thought he had a good block, but a little too much of the body, I would say.
Yeah, too much momentum going forward into Davis rather than up into the air. And Davis being the best player to create contact in this offense and probably on the court right now.
That's the first foul on Colbert. Davis misses the free throw.
Missed a big second free throw here. You got 53 seconds left in this quarter. And you don't want to be down by more than 5 points going into the fourth in this low scoring of a game.
Dragons 5 of 12 now from the free throw line as a team as Davis comes away empty that time, but it's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Independence, so the Dragons will get another chance offensively.
Corday Hayes doing a great job of his limited minutes, creating that carnage that he does so well of, giving Pittsburgh extra opportunities offensively.
Miller driving into the lane. They're going to say he was fouled on the floor. They whistle that one on Spencer Crane. That should be his second, and it is.
I also wish Pittsburgh put the ball in Zane Miller's hands a little more often. He seems to create very well.
Hayes now with it into the corner to Miller. Thought about a three, kicks it back out to Davis. He'll take a quick one. Missed everything. Moss tried to save it, no avail, and it will be Independence basketball off the miss.
Zane Miller passed up on a good shot. Not a good shot, but a good pass up because he didn't need to take a shot with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Jamarcus Davis then proceeded to get the ball swung to him and shot a contested three with no regrets.
Colbert bringing up the floor against Miller. He's fouled by Zane. That was... You know that after when the defender puts his hands up like, whoa, I didn't do anything. Definitely a foul.
Yeah, most times when you're trying to plead for no foul, it's because you know you committed a foul. And Zane Miller, that's poor situational basketball. 30 seconds left. If you're going to do a full court press of both teams with 4 fouls, you can't be the guy that puts them in the bonus and gives your best player free throws going into the fourth.
I think we elected to sit in the middle school section tonight.
It really feels like it. They're very lively.
Yeah.
A lot of personalities, like I said.
That's a nice way of putting it. Colbert at the line. Hits the second. It's a 7-point lead for Independence. There's a bucket and a foul for Danny Durden.
A great job by Wyatt Thomas to push the court. He got picked up 94 feet away from the basket, took that to his full advantage and just beat him off the ball, hesitated.
And now he'll sit along with Zane Miller as Navaratnam and Malachi Meadows check back into the game for the Dragons.
A defensive substitution by Coach Moss.
Foul's called on Sprague. That's his first as Durden makes the free throw.
Big free throw at that.
4-point lead now for Independence. 22 seconds and counting left in this third quarter. Lanning ahead to Sprague. And I don't get it. He is wide open under the bucket for an easy 2. As they just destroy the Dragon press. Then Sprague picks off the chest-high pass from Navaratnam. Crane gets it down low, off the glass and good at the buzzer. Woo, what an end to a quarter. Dragons trailed it by 4, but they'll finish the quarter 10 seconds later, trailing it by 8. 1 quarter left to play. We'll step away for a quick break. Dragons trailing at 38-30. You're watching Dragon basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust
Dragons with the ball to start the final quarter, trailing by 8. Durden with it on the wing. Navaratnam with it over the top to Durden as he gets pushed out of the way, but gets it to Malachi Meadows, wide open in the middle of the lane. And that's Meadows' first field goal of the night. He has 3 points.
Durden and Meadows taking full advantage of the Independence players stargazing at Danny Durden in the skies.
I was guilty of that as well. I didn't even see Meadows standing there until he had the ball. Davis with it now. Spinning into the lane. Not enough air on it. Missed the layup. Nifty move, but Dragons come away empty. Now Colbert's got it. Oh, stolen right out of his hands by Navaratnam. Ahead to Wyatt Thomas, working against Colbert. Nice little hesitation fake there to buy himself some room. 4 points for Wyatt Thomas. And the lead back down to 4. Lanning, they get it down low to Crane, working against Davis. Doesn't want any of that. Kicks it back out to Heston Smith. Now back out to Kellen Lanning. Looking for Colbert. Navaratnam left him, and he drills a 3.
Simply just a guy you cannot leave.
Yeah, you can't turn your back on him, and that's what Caden did. Turned his back on him, and Colbert just went the other direction. Navaratnam pulls up for a long 3 off the mark, and they're going to say he was fouled by Lanning, and Lanning's having a dramatic moment down on the other end of the floor. And it will result in 3 free throws for Navaratnam. That's the 4th personal on Lanning, and you be careful not to pick up a tee there and foul himself out of the game. First shot no good for Navaratnam.
And Caden just having
Free
one
throws,
of those nights.
Free throws.
Hasn't been able to find them.
Dragons now
inside the bucket.
5 of 13 from the line.
That's a lot of points left out there.
Hits the second. If Navaratnam can hit this one, the Dragons will edge slightly over 50% from the line tonight. And he does.
That's par for the course.
Right, pretty much on average, actually. It's a 5-point game. 41-36 is the score. 6:16 to play, 4th quarter. Colbert working against Navaratnam. Smith with it. He'll back it out. Working against Meadows. Now Crane working off a moving screen. Colbert free throw line. Shot no good. Long rebound tracked down by Meadows. He'll give it up to Davis. 5:50 to play. Davis gives it up to Thomas. Wyatt backs it out. Now back to Davis. Back to Thomas. Up top to Navaratnam. Back to Davis. Open for 3. He'll take it and drills it. And it's down to a 2-point lead. Dragons trailing it 41-39. 5.5 to play in the game. They're going to whistle Navaratnam with the foul on Colbert.
Not much he can do there. So you got tripped by 2 screens. Just doing the best he can to stay in front of the defender, fighting through those screens, and just unfortunate.
Yeah, just too shallow of an angle there.
And Colbert doing a great job of utilizing those screens and creating that foul.
Colbert got away with a little bit of a push there. That's what the Dragon fans were howling about. Crane gets it back to Heston Smith, working against Durden, down low to Martinez. And 2 Dragons knock the ball away from each other. And again, no communication. Second time we've seen it happen tonight. All you got to do is talk to each other.
And that really sucks because Malachi Meadows just beautifully contested their big man and created a great mix.
Yeah, there's a good defensive possession and a terrible rebound effort.
And Coach Moss, if you saw him just a second ago, pointing at his temples saying, use your head, communicate, be a team.
And talk to each other.
It's not illegal. It's encouraged, actually, as a team.
What's going on? Is this another halftime? Oh, now the crowd's getting rowdy just from the delay here. I'm not sure what the heck everybody's doing. I'm not sure what the confusion is. It's between the officials and the scorers table. Scoreboard's been a little suspect tonight, to say the least, but I'm not sure. Now they're trying to explain it to the coaches.
It was a shot clock. Coach Moss saying they didn't have possession of the ball and they got rid of it, so the shot clock shouldn't reset to 35, so instead it's at 15.
There we go. Now, here we go. Independence to inbound. 15 seconds on the shot clock, like Michael mentioned. Sprague gets it on the inbound, working against Davis into the lane, and they're going to say he was fouled. And they're going to get Davis with that one. That's a second, I think. No, it's third. See, that's why it's unofficial. That's why. Right there. They get it into Sprague, mishandles the pass, and then fouled. He was falling down, and the Dragons fouled him. I think they're going to get Davis with that one as well. That'll be his fourth.
That is a brutal sequence of events for Pittsburgh.
Oh, no, they got Durden with it, and it's his third. Still not good. Meadows and Thomas will sit. Jesse and Miller back into the game. Trying to get it into Sprague. It's knocked off of his foot, out of bounds. It'll be Dragon ball.
Third time's the charm.
Yeah.
For Pittsburgh, maybe the fifth. I lost count.
I don't know. But they were trying that same play that ended up in a wide open layup for Sprague last time Independence ran it. That time the Dragons able to shut it down. 4:50 to play. Pittsburgh trailing by a bucket. 41-39 is your score. Pittsburgh with the ball with an opportunity to tie it or take the lead with this possession. Miller with it, top of the key. Gives it up to Meadows, driving into the corner to Jesse for three. Good money. Landon Jesse drills the three. He's got 4 points.
And that's somebody who's been due all game. Landon Jesse, good as time as ever to show up.
He's been due for a few months. Colbert down the lane, shot on the way, no good, but he's going to be fouled. And a couple Dragons there to help him up. So he hit the floor pretty hard. And it should be in the act of shooting. Yeah, he's going to have 2 free throws. They got the whistle on Jesse. That's his second, I believe. Yep. And if you're a Pittsburgh fan, that's who you wanted that foul to be called on. Colbert at the stripe. First shot is good.
And if you're Pittsburgh, you want to stop allowing these shooting fouls to happen. You want to prevent these by sliding and sitting in front of them.
There's everybody in the SEK that wants to find a way to keep Colbert away from the bucket, but good luck. Second shot is good. Before the first matchup this season, Coach Moss said that's probably your best player in the SEK, and hasn't done anything to change my mind. Miller backing it out. 3:55 to play in the game. Miller driving, scoop layup is good. First bucket of the night for Zane Miller comes with 3:45 to play in the game. The Dragons lead it by 1. Every possession mattering now. Landing with it with Meadows in his face. Drives, elevates, shot on the way. No good, but Crane with the rebound for Independence. All the rebounders for the Dragons standing right under the bucket. And was that a 3? It was for Lanning. Quickly down the other way. Durden fouled and the bucket.
A great answer by Danny Durden to silence the crowd immediately after a huge 3.
Durden's got 11, hoping to make it 12 right here from the stripe. Ties the game at 46 with 3:17 to play.
What's so incredible is how unparalleled our team is from home and away.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
We're competing against a very tough home environment.
I suggest, and I stand by my suggestion, that the Dragons just get on a bus, drive around for an hour before they play their home games.
Just change something up.
Durden's shot deadheads off the back iron. Rebound Crane. And the Dragons get beat down the floor, but the layup no good. Davis coming back the other way. Pass deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Pittsburgh. As Heston Smith almost got it. Missed the layup on the other end, trailed the play, and ended up coming back and deflecting the pass on the other end. It'll stay with the Dragons, but man, that passing, you got to tighten that up.
Now's as good a time as ever to do so.
Timeout, Independence. Looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. 3:04 to play. We're tied at 46. Well, it's not boring, I'll tell you that.
Never is.
I don't know. That Ottawa game was kind of boring.
Yeah, well, that's because there was a whole lot of nothing from both teams.
Yeah.
And then Ottawa decided to do something with 4 minutes left in the fourth
yeah,
quarter.
Yeah.
Both teams couldn't have did nothing forever.
Right.
But this game, it's a good share of something and nothing, you know?
Yeah, both teams have looked real good and looked rough. And about even opportunities tonight.
And both teams have capitalized the exact same amount.
But I'll tell you what, these Dragon Boys dropped a 1-point game in overtime to Coffeyville on Friday night, so they'd really like to spoil somebody's party here tonight in Independence.
It'd be a good bounce back.
I believe these teams have even 3-3 records. No, I'm sorry. Independence at 5-2 in the league. The Dragons at 3-3. So it's a big one. Oh my goodness! Marcus Davis just throws it out of bounds, and now the Dragons caught sleeping defensively, and Durden has to commit the foul on Sprague to prevent the easy transition bucket. That was a real bad-looking couple of sequences there for Pittsburgh.
That's another play to describe
and
the
I think
season.
that's Danny Durden's fifth. No, it's his fourth. Okay.
Just so close, and then just like a couple sequences right there that just...
And then on the other end, Sprague misses the free throw. And this crowd in Independence is a little tense here. This is way closer than they wanted this game to be.
Yes. Independence has left the door open.
Sprague's second shot is good. 1-point lead for the Bulldogs. Can the Dragons take care of the basketball? Miller into the corner to Durden. Driving over to Jesse. Open for three. He'll take it. Drills it. Landon Jesse, good morning.
Landon Jesse came to play at the right time.
2 3-point buckets in this fourth quarter. Dragons by a pair. 2.5 and counting on the clock. Colbert with it, guarded by Navaratnam. Picks up his dribble. Gives it up to Lanning. Driving, has it poked away and stolen. Davis poked it away from behind. It ended up with Navaratnam. Now the Dragons have it. Miller into the corner to Jesse. Back into the corner to Navaratnam. He'll raise up for three. No good. And then he gets dribbled by Lanning. Over to Crane, back to Colbert. And that's who Independence wants the ball in his hands. And they're going to whistle Navaratnam with a foul on the floor. But that's going to end up in free throws for Colbert either way.
He's just proven when he has that screen to work with, the defender has no choice.
Well, I mean, he used the screen.
No, you have to just guess and pick and choose.
That screen's just window dressing.
Yes.
Colbert just hits the free throw.
That screen just gives Culver that split-second advantage because Navaratnam has to anticipate almost if he's going to use that screen or not.
Man, the Dragons need to dial in because if he misses this free throw, you got to get this rebound if you're the Dragons. Martinez already leaning into Durden. Shot on the way, rattles out, and Landon Jesse comes away with it for Pittsburgh. His pass deflected into the hands of Davis. Colbert still trailing the play. Davis out to Jesse for three, and it's good! Oh my gosh! 9 points in this fourth quarter for Landon Jesse, and the Dragons have a 4-point lead with a minute and a half. Don't foul. And just like that, Zane Miller fouls Colbert, and he'll go to the line to shoot two, stops the clock with a minute 28.
And with how aggressive Colbert's being to the rack, he's almost got.
Yeah, it's his time. It's a 1 point, it's a 1 possession game. Now it's 2, but he's going to try and make it 1 right here. First shot, no good. Pressure's on. Pressure's on all of a sudden. Independence has led pretty much since the go of this game. He hits the second. Independence will take a timeout, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 1:28 to play. Dragons lead it by 3, 52-49. And if they can pull out a win here, this is like Grand Theft basketball because holy crud.
Yeah, Independence says time in and time out, just left the door open. And Pittsburgh finally taking advantage of it. Hopefully they can seize the moment and walk out of here with a W and kind of get a light spot in their pretty blemished 2026.
Yeah, this would definitely be the highlight of the new year for the Dragons. But a lot of basketball left to be played. 1:28 on the clock. Dragons don't have any fouls to give. Independence has 3. Miller with it in the corner, guarded by Smith. Gives it up to Davis with Colbert guarding him. He gets it across half court. Into the corner to Jesse. Up top to Navaratnam. Back to Durden at the elbow. Now Jesse with it at the three-point line, working off a screen over the top to Durden. He's deep under the bucket, and it's good.
Danny Durden's been a great impact under the bucket, and it's been a paid dividends offensively for Pittsburgh.
Lanning going to work quickly against Davis. He lost it out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Davis, and it will stay with Independence. 56.5 on the clock. Dragons by 5. Under a minute to play. Navaratnam will sit. Corday Hayes in for the Dragons. They get it into Smith. Up top to Lanning, working against Hayes. And there's a foul away from the ball. They're going to whistle that against who? Zane Miller. Miller will sit. Navaratnam back in the game because Coach Ma said it's exactly what he did not want.
Zane Miller's 5th foul on an off-ball foul, trying to keep Culver away from the ball.
Yeah.
For good reason, but
you can't put him on the free throw line, though.
Nope. That's not a good enough reason.
And he only burned like 4 seconds off the clock there. Colbert hits the free throw. And the Dragons, you got to not beat yourself in this situation if you're Pittsburgh.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, I know. This game, Independence team puts a lot of pressure on you in a lot of different directions. Colbert's second shot is good. And just like that, it's a 1-possession game. And there's a timeout on the floor. I didn't see. Is it a full? It is. We'll take it as well. 51 seconds left to play. Dragons lead at 54-51. Big finish when we come back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at
Dragon Ball coming out of the timeout. 51 seconds to play. Pittsburgh leading it by 3. They get it ahead to Jamarcus Davis over the top to Danny Durden. And it's blocked by Crane, the shortest player on the floor. Are you kidding me? Oh, my goodness.
Capitalizing on your opportunities.
Gosh, okay. I don't even know what to say about that.
That was almost like guaranteed 2 points for Pittsburgh, and
it's blocked by the shortest player on the floor. Independence ball. How many chances are we going to give them here? 38 seconds. Colbert with it. To Crane. Now Lanning. Meadows guarding him. Lanning puts it on the floor. Over to Colbert. Up for three. Off the mark. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it out. Shot on the way from Smith. No good. Can we get a rebound? No, we can't. And that's going to send Lanning to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
And what you saw there,
a complete lack of boxing out.
Yes.
And we allowed Colbert to follow his shot halfway across the floor and get his own rebound. Unbelievable. The last two trips down the floor, the sequence on one end and then the sequence on the other end, unbelievable. Just really unfortunate for the Dragons on both ends. Now Lanning at the line to shoot a pair. He hits the first. Let's see, what could nightmare scenario here for the Dragons be? A miss, a rebound, and a putback. So you got to prevent that.
Boxing
the worst case scenario.
Must.
And Lanning hits them both. Independence calls a timeout. Dragons leading by 1. 22.9 left to play in the game.
22.9 points. 22.9
so many opportunities
left
for the Dragons. First on that last time down the floor. Then you had two misses on this end. They can't come up with a rebound. And they commit a foul, which allows a pretty much lights out free throw shooter to go to the line. He hits both free throws. Now we got a 1 point game.
Which should
the
not
Dragons
be the case.
have the ball. If you're Independence, do you just foul them knowing that they're a 50% free throw shooting team?
You'd have to imagine.
Do you foul them and try to assume that, hey, at worst case, it's going to be a 2 point game and we're going to get the ball back with plenty of time?
And probably get fouled, get free 2 shots.
I mean, if I'm Independence, that's what I'm saying. Foul quick, force them to make free throws, and we're going to get the ball back. And worst case, we'll be down by 3. Best case, we'll get it back and be down by 1. I think that's the plan. As you can see, the full court pressure going to be applied here as Pittsburgh lines up a football play from the baseline. Omaha.
We saw this one time earlier this season and it worked.
Thomas. Bounce pass ends up in the hands of Lanning. Stripped away by Davis, but it will stay with Independence with 18.5. That is way too far for a bounce pass on an inbound. What?
Night in and night out, you just see one play
bounce
differences.
Pass is the slowest pass you can throw next to like a lob. And that is way too far for a bounce pass. Terrible situation. And now the Dragons got to get a stop. They got to get a stop in 18.5 seconds, which is a veritable eternity against an offense like what the Bulldogs have.
If you're Pittsburgh, you cannot afford to have 2 1-point at the buzzer losses in a row. If you're Pittsburgh, this is the most important game of the season for you right now. You had to come away with this. Find a way. Prove to yourself as a team that you can win a basketball game when it matters most.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around the last 3 or 4 trips down each end of the floor. My goodness. I mean,
it's despicable.
You had a 5-point lead. You had a 5-point lead. And we turn into the Salvation Army. Colbert with it. Malachi Meadows knocked to the floor, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Independence. They'll get another chance at it. Lanning will inbound from in front of the Bulldog bench. 12.5 now on the clock. Still a lot of time. And another timeout. Well, we were going to get out of here early, but we are in a close game and everybody's burning through timeouts. It's
we called it.
Yeah, I did call that actually. 12.5 seconds left to play. Everybody's sitting down. It's a full timeout. I'm afraid to go to a break. I don't want to miss anything on the other end of
Not
it.
the time.
Not the time.
You never know what can happen. Never a dull moment, I'll tell you that. You don't want to miss out on it. No foul zone if you're Pittsburgh. Absolute
Yeah, and
worst thing you can
especially
do.
not a three-point shooter.
The only thing is 1 point. You cannot foul off the ball. You cannot foul on the ball. Just make it a
can't
contested
foul.
shot. If they make the shot, kudos to them.
Cannot foul.
Do your best you can to play clean defense. We've struggled this whole fourth quarter to do so. Now it's time to figure it out.
Well, they had a gut-wrenching loss to Coffeyville last Friday. I keep bringing that up, but and a timeout, Pittsburgh. 32nd.
Coach Moss not loving the look that the Bulldogs came out in. And we have two more timeouts to give.
They've gotten some real open looks on inbound plays, and I'm sure that's causing him some nervous moments here down the line. You cannot lose a guy, especially standing under the basket.
It's been a difference maker.
Halen Moss and Corday Hayes into the game for the Dragons. Durden and Wyatt Thomas, Zane Miller, those guys are all sitting right now. They get it into Colbert, back to Lanning, working on Meadows. Elevates out to Colbert, open for three. Off the mark, battle for the rebound. And it's gonna be Dragon ball with 2 seconds left. The Dragon defense held up right there, and barring an absolute disaster of an inbound play, which we've seen, the Dragons could escape with a victory.
Wow.
Grand Theft basketball.
To a T.
Man, oh man.
Independence got this ball in their best player's hands. As Coach Moss says, the best player in the SEK. And we have no reason to doubt him.
Open look.
Wide open.
They got exactly the shot they wanted. Colbert just couldn't hit it.
But right there, that's high school basketball.
Yeah.
Just make them make the shot. Don't give them the free trip to the line.
Your playmakers got to make plays. And Colbert's made them all night, to his credit.
Yes.
The kid's the highest scorer on either team. But just missed that one shot, and that was a big one. 2 seconds. You got to think Independence is thinking, they're thinking maybe they'll run some bonehead play on the inbound.
They're hoping for a 5-second.
And we'll get a turnover is what they're hoping, but if not, they're looking maybe to immediately foul. And if you're the Dragons, you almost want to like lob it down to the other end of the floor. Who cares if they pick it off or not, because there's only 2 seconds left. But maybe the timekeeper doesn't start the clock in an efficient manner of time. Nah, but Rottenham can't get it in. They'll call timeout.
Wow. They have no timeouts. Independence has no timeouts. You almost wonder why they don't throw the jump ball to down the court, let Wyatt Thomas touch it, and the game's over. And now we have to complicate it. Literally, all you have to do for Pittsburgh.
It wasn't, I don't think it was there necessarily for the Dragons, and the thing was, if you don't feel confident, just call timeout, and that's what they did.
I guess the point I'm getting at is that they have 0 timeouts. They have 2 seconds. As soon as that ball gets touched, the clock's rolling. Unless it goes out of bounds, those 2 seconds are gone like that.
For those of you just tuning in, the Dragons hanging on to a 54-53 lead with 2 seconds left to play here in Independence. So If you wanted to tune in for a crucial moment of the game, you've done that. Javen Colbert just missed a wide open three-pointer that would have given Independence a 2-point lead. The ball caromed off a couple players and then went over the back of the backboard, and it is now Dragon ball. Thomas gets it on the inbound, and 0.7 seconds left, and Wyatt Thomas will head to the free throw line to shoot a couple of free throws. Oh, no. No, he won't. Landon Jesse will inbound because Independence still has fouls to give. So that my whole strategy of foul him and force him to shoot free throws would not have worked earlier because Independence has so many fouls to give.
Run the clock.
That pass deflected out of bounds by Lanning. It will stay with the Dragons. And Coach Moss is like, come on, man. Just make a good inbound pass. Nothing's easy. Nothing's easy.
You are 4/10 of a second away.
Did they add tenths of the seconds?
It is impossible for them to win. You have to touch the basketball.
And that's the game. The Dragons escape with a 1-point win. Like I said, grand theft basketball here in Independence. And the Dragons in it. I mean, wow. They'll improve to 7-9 on the season. Independence will fall to 9-6.
What a game. My, oh my. It doesn't feel like Pittsburg came away the victory yet.
Yeah, whoa, it's still hard to believe. But they do. Dragons get the 1-point win. We'll step away for a quick break. Come back with an abbreviated post-game show because I'm sure they're going to want to turn the lights out on us here in Independence. We'll step away for a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Every tax season, a villain rises.
Keep those numbers messy. I thrive on confusion.
But when overpayment strikes, a hero answers the call.
You can't save them all, Captain.
Watch me.
Prime Accounting, fighting for your deductions, protecting your refund. Don't let Tax Luther take your refund. Join Team Prime today. Power to the people who file.
To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
Welcome back to Independence High School in Independence, Kansas. Dragons come away with a 54-53 win here in Independence, and I am serious when I say the Dragons stole this one. Like, be careful not getting pulled over on your way out of town if you're Pittsburgh. And there's Coach Moss. I don't know if he can see us up here or not.
He's looking around.
He's looking around. He's looking around. He's not looking at us. He doesn't care about us.
There it is.
Yeah, yeah. You know he wants to come up and talk about this one.
That's a must win.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, Dragons come away with a 54-53 win. They bounced back from that 1-point loss in overtime to Coffeyville last week. And I'm serious. The difference is the bus ride. All right. Bring in Coach Moss. Coach, you catch your breath for a minute on the climb up here, the nosebleeds?
Yeah, no. It was a hike for sure, but well worth it.
So you guys drop a 1-point overtime loss to Coffeyville on Friday night. Not a lot of time to practice to turn it around, and you come in here in a little Grand Theft basketball tonight, pull out a win here in Independence. What's your impression of this one?
It feels good to get back in the win column, man. It's been a while, but our guys have battled. We're continuing to take steps forward towards just preparing ourselves for sub-state. I think we're probably out of the SEK race right now. Man, I got so much respect for Independence and their coaching staff. Coach Smith is a great guy. He gave me some great advice when we played him at home, so it means a lot to me to be able to compete against him and their team. Man, back in the win column feels good.
Yeah, well, and you guys, you've said all season long, Landon Jesse's one of the best shooters on this team.
Yeah.
He's one of the best shooters on this team, and at times it seems like he hasn't really believed in his shot, but here in the fourth quarter came alive, 9 points from beyond the arc, and really kind of helped you guys come roaring back in that final period.
Yeah, that kid's fighting a battle in his own head right now. I tell him all the time, if he doesn't shoot it, I'm going to start just, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe take him on top of Pittsburg High School and just knock some sense into him.
Well,
but
I don't know that we can say that on the air. It's figurative speaking.
His dad gave me permission to say it.
Okay, all right. Well, as long as there's parental permission, we're all good. But, yeah, I thought that Halen Moss really was a difference maker when he came in the game tonight, really altering shots and kind of closing off the lane for you guys where Colbert was really getting a lot of penetration. Actually, Colbert, Lanning, they had a few pretty good-looking players on that squad.
Yeah, Colbert and Lanning are fantastic.
Yeah, and the Sprague kid had a nice game, but overall just enough to get it done. And I'm just coming back off a 1-point overtime loss to Coffeyville to turn it around like this on the road after just, one practice. Yeah. And it says a lot. Now, I'm convinced the difference is the bus ride.
Yeah, no, it is. We still have yet to win a game at home, so I'm starting a petition. If all you Pittsburgh fans are listening, please sign it. No home games ever again.
Or just start a fund for diesel fuel, and we'll just fuel up a bus and drive around for a little bit,
Yep, one of those two things has to happen.
Well, speaking of bus rides, I know you guys got one in front of you, but it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
And thanks for coming up
of course.
All the way up here to the rare air to talk to us. That's Coach Jesse.
One of them nights, ain't it?
One of them nights. it is one of them nights. Coach Jesse Moss coming up here to talk to us. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And thanks for joining us, and congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you. God bless.
All right. Dragons get the win tonight, 54-53 over the Independence Bulldogs. Avenge a loss earlier this season at home. I think it was like an 8-point loss in Pittsburgh, and they made up for it here tonight on the road. And like Coach Moss said, probably out of the race, pending some divine intervention or something in the SEK League. But every win builds confidence, and the Dragons, the lone 5A school in the league, and so they're going to go off and face a very completely different playoff atmosphere than the other 4A schools in the league. And so every win counts at this point. You're trying to build confidence for the playoffs, and they beat a quality opponent here tonight in Independence.
That's a great team to beat this late in the season. Like you said, building that momentum, building that self-confidence as a team again, believing in yourself that you can go make a run in this playoffs despite the woes you've gone through this year so far.
We're going to step away for a quick break. We'll be back one more time to give you your scoring totals for the game. From here in Independence, the Dragons pull out a 1-point win over the Bulldogs, 54-53. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
I didn't hear it.
Hello. Well, hello. That's not what I meant to do. Let's try this one.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan. A plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Welcome back to Independence, Kansas. One final time. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the scoring totals for tonight's game. First for the Independence Bulldogs. They're led in scoring by Javen Colbert. He had 27. Kellen Lanning had 13. Cayman Sprague with 10. And then Heston Smith and Ian Martinez with a bucket each. And that rounds out the scoring for Independence. For the Dragons, they're led in scoring by Jamarcus Davis. He had 16. Danny Durden finished with 13. Landon Jesse with 10. And then Wyatt Thomas and Caden Navarotnam added 4 points each. Malachi Meadows, 3 points, and Zane Miller a bucket to round out the scoring for the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons as they commit a little Grand Theft basketball. They steal this one here in Independence, win it by 1, and they'll be back in action Tuesday night. No, tonight's Tuesday. Friday night against the Parsons Vikings back in the friendly confines as the Dragon Boys will be looking for their first home win of the season. And they got a real good chance.
It's a team to do it against.
Yeah, it's a good team to pick up a win against, and a lot of people have done it this year. I think Parsons has just won maybe one game, maybe 2 games. I have to double check on that, but Dragons in real danger of picking up their first home win on Friday night. So tune in. We'll have all the action for you here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. Pre-game starts at 5:30. Girls game tips at 6. Boys game to follow. We'll have that for you. But for Michael Kissel, I'm Josh Lettner saying thanks for joining us from here in Independence. Dragons win it by 1. You've been watching Dragon basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage.